happens in the episode. Somewhere in the episode, we talk about the live events that we're trying to set up in Chicago, L.A., New York, and London. And the email is incorrectly given. So Matt and I wanted to clarify that to let you guys know. If you're not on Facebook and you still want us to count you as people who are interested in attending a live show, you can do that at the top10live@gmail.com. That's the top10live@gmail.com with the number 10, not the word 10. So the top10live@gmail.com. In the subject line, just put the city that you think you can attend the live event in, and then in the body of the email, tell us how many people you could be bringing. It might just be you, it might be 2, 3, maybe your whole family. Who knows? But either way, just go about that process if you're not on Facebook. That way we can put you in the count. That helps us figure out what kind of venue to get and what reception to expect. Okay, thanks so much. All right, again, the top10live@gmail.com.
In a world crying out for a top 10 show, John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Brought to you by the Schmoes Know. Take it away, boys.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost.
And this week we are doing top 10 films about a breakup. Yeah?
Yeah, breakup movies.
Breakup movies.
That's
Top
what
10.
I put down because I think that's what you text me, and I was like, good to go. I like it.
Top 10 breakup movies in honor of The Spy Who Dumped Me with Mila Kunis.
And what's her name?
Kate
McKinnon
yeah.
from SNL.
And Justin Theroux, I think, is the other guy, is the spy.
My friend Hassan is in it.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, he's got a decent-sized part.
Nice.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for you. Good for you. So we danced around a bunch of subjects, but this was the one we landed on. We really liked it, and we're going to count it down. But first, we wanted to talk about a couple of things. First, for those who don't know, Matt and I have an offer on the table, possibly, to do a live show in L.A. We're looking at the end of August, possibly the first week of September, one of those Saturdays. We're hopefully by the time I'm recording this, we have a date, and you'll have listened to a audio of one of us.
A drop-in, yeah.
A drop-in audio.
Here's the actual date.
It's telling the actual date.
Yeah,
right.
all the details, the time, the address, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Hopefully that is happening as soon as we stop rambling on about the hopefully it's happening.
Yes.
And they're actually listening to, because it's a matter of a couple emails
back and
it's
forth.
done.
Yeah.
And so it's just scheduling. They haven't gotten to that email yet.
Yep.
They respond, and then once we get back, then we're good to go.
Yep. And we'll let you know where to get tickets on that drop-in audio as well, which will be at the beginning of this episode.
Once we have information, you have. So if you're just listening to us and it goes nowhere after this, well, there is no plot twist all of a sudden. The show is just going to continue on. There's not going to be an awkward one.
Talks broke down.
Yeah.
Talks broke down. That's
and whoever records that, because we're obviously recording this in advance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Think of some way to make it wow, if we put it in here, this is a really weird way to start that clip. It just juxtaposed so hard.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking left hook out of nowhere.
But yeah, this is something we've been talking about more and more, and it started ramping up while I was at Comic-Con, and so the 4 cities we're looking at, like we said, L.A., New York, Chicago, and London. And London is kicking ass on organizing everything, getting us
People
going.
are reaching out going, hey, I can do this. Would that help?
Yeah.
And we haven't said yes
Pro bono.
to everybody, but there have been a couple people who are like, this could be invaluable.
Yeah.
Pro bono. One gentleman is going above and beyond right now.
Yeah.
Above the board is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
From we're not besmirching anybody here in the States, but what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
This is a much bigger country. We got more people. Is there no nationalistic pride?
Yeah.
Is there nothing? Because right now, I think London is our favorite city in the world.
Absolutely.
It's pretty.
I'm eating fish and chips as we speak. I'm a little upset with Kristen Smith and the Chicago crew not stepping up to the level that the London people have. I think they're getting soft. They're getting coddled because we made them admins on our page. I think they can lay back on their on their asses and not do that extra work to get people organized and find a spot.
There you go.
Sell it out.
That is the outlaw calling you out.
That's right. Find a 200-seat theater, sell all 200 of those tickets. And then we're going to come. And maybe then you'll be back in our good graces, Kristen Smith. Maybe then you'll be back in our good graces. And you too, Alex Sakos. Don't give me this crap that because you just got to this country, you don't know how things work. You better get on it and get us a 200-seat theater.
I think I just hi. I need more orchestration. We can keep going. I'll try and lay a better audio bed next time. I like that you saw that I was going to do another stanza. You picked up your drink and you put it down. You're like, all right, I'm jumping back in. Just getting right back on that horse.
Just riding with you.
You're a good actor. You know?
Stop it.
You could see a potential cue coming, and you're like,
did.
look at it. You just improv'd right back into it.
Well, we got our chemistry, man. I can sense when you're going to keep going on things.
It's never come up, but I like that you're always prepared.
We talk about it all the time.
Do we?
Off air.
Off air. Well, that's a Thunderdome conversation that you guys should have heard on Sunday.
So, I mean, this is something that's exciting for both of us, and we're trying to line it up, and we're trying to get people squared away and get everybody, as a team, taking care of business for each city. And so we're looking at it.
You want to join the discussion,
Yeah.
You can find it on our Facebook group. It's groups/the top 10 show with the number 10.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's every city. They've got their own group, and it's facebook.com/groups. And then the endings are all different, but it's just top 10 LA, top 10 London, top 10 Chicago, top 10 NYC. Or if you were not on Facebook, which a ton of people have reached out, and I understand that, just email us. Put top 10 with the number 10 live, top 10 live at Gmail. Hit us up there. Send the city. And in the subject line, just put whatever city you want to go to. Yep. And then in the body of the email itself, say, hey, me or me plus one or whatever the case is, so we can get an idea as to which city is going to come out more, and we can devote more of our efforts to making it happen there, because you guys are putting your name out there.
Yeah. And New York, I mean, our initial plans are L.A., like we said, at the end of the month of August or beginning of September. New York during Comic-Con. This upcoming.
Well, we hadn't said that before. We're going to try for that.
We're going to try. So if you are a person who knows about venues around the Javits Center, around
it's in Midtown-ish,
in Midtown,
or Hell's Kitchen,
yeah,
or anywhere within a couple miles walking distance, because then it's like 45 minutes from the Javits.
Right. And you can get us a space at a great price and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Then reach out.
I've already reached out to one friend that does booking in New York, and they came back with theater lists. They're excellent theaters. We just don't know what kind of demand, so it's impossible for us to go, yes, we'll go ahead and take that date right now, because we don't know who's out there.
Right.
Some people have chimed in, and I just don't think they realize that we didn't realize there was going to be a timetable on it when we brought it up.
Yeah, true.
It's not really a timetable, but it'd be advantageous for all of us if you guys are going to be in town for this.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that potentially is going to be out of town at that point.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's just me flying into town to entertain you assholes. That's it. So do you want to shell out?
That's true.
That and like a hotel room for,
Yeah, for me and Matt.
That's all we got to
Not together, though. Matt, we have to have our own hotel
Oh,
rooms.
yeah. No, we're growing goddamn Matt.
Yeah. We're not
But basically, it's just like...
we're not staying together. That's not how it works.
As long as there's enough demand, then...
Yeah. We're adult men.
Yeah. What we make from the show will pay for the hotel and the flight, and we're good to go.
Exactly.
That's all I need to do.
Come on.
We could do that.
And in London, we're looking at possibly for Christmas, so that's what we're kicking around. These are tentative plans.
They are.
Can they push to the next year? Possibly. But London at Christmas time would be awesome to go there and do the show as a Christmas present for our fans. Boom. Nailed it. Boom.
Yeah, I figure in my head I was thinking like second week of Christmas, or about second week of December, like into second week or something like that. Maybe third week, but I just don't want to.
Third week, I think.
Really?
I think for me to be able to take off from work, it would have to be the third week.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would roll into Christmas anyway.
Okay. You just had mentioned you were like, I got vacation days and I got to use them.
I do, but I don't know what our deal's going to be, because last year we only got like 1 or 2 days off around Christmas. So I don't know what the deal's going to be.
All right.
So we'll see. We'll see. But that's what we're looking at tentatively. We're dancing around. And then Chicago in spring. Maybe that's why Kristen and Alex are
Well, we haven't, none of these spring, but if Chicago shows up and we're like, screw Comic-Con, we'll do the next weekend and we'll sell 1,000 seats.
1,000?
Well,
I love it.
New York, we're going to Chicago because
I hate
we
to
just
break
sold
it
out
to
1,000 seater.
Yeah.
And you got to go. You got to go where the love is.
Listen, we're open to negotiation. We're flexible.
We are.
We want to make it happen either way. All right. Is that enough for the live stuff? Anything
Sure.
else? Okay. What else do we want to talk about? What else were we going to announce at the beginning?
Nothing. I think that was the. I mean, we have
Okay.
Patreon shout outs at the end.
Right.
And we have 3 different people. sent
Three
us
gifts?
3 gifts.
Good God.
So we'll do the shout outs at the end, and then we'll do
Okay.
the gifts after that.
All right. Sounds good.
And just easy peasy.
All right.
As we jump right into this show.
Yeah. Tell them how the show works, Matt. Nost.
Once we set a topic, John and I go our individual ways and create personal top 10 lists. Show back up here. I do my bottom 3. He does his bottom 3. I do my next 2. He does his next 2. Then we trade 1 apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the 2 of us.
Boom.
So let's just jump right in.
Okay.
Number 10 for me.
Yes.
Because there's a few that I haven't seen that I should have seen, and there's a couple that people are like, that's one. I'm like, that's not a breakup movie. I don't consider that a breakup. What are we talking about here? So the bottom of my list, if you want to fight me on, sure. But at 10, I'm taking Bridesmaids.
Okay.
Because I'm not counting the John Hamm, the English guy that was the actor, whatever else, that was the sheriff.
Oh, right.
She breaks up with him in this infantile kind of separates and then goes
Okay.
back to him ultimately.
Okay.
So it's a different kind of breakup where she learns.
I think it still qualifies
grows.
as a breakup between friends with her and Maya Rudolph. They break
True.
up. I think that's more of the breakup in the movie that is the impetus for everything.
I didn't even think of these as breakup of friendship. I
Yeah.
just thought of breakup of.
Counts. It's a relationship.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Yeah. I think that counts.
Well, it adds validity to my number 10.
Absolutely. I'm here to help. I think it's a great number 10. That movie is so funny. It's
got some good lines.
I still come back to it. Like it's still it's one of those repeat viewing ones. Like you can, if you flip onto it, you can enjoy the shit out of it for an hour. And it
well,
has a good
that
message.
brings up an interesting question. The shit of it. What did you think of the shitting scene?
I loved it. I thought it was
I
brilliant.
hated it.
What?
I hated it.
Oh my God, I thought it was funny.
I hate any kind of like any
fecal
movie
matter?
Well, I don't know. Just when it's that, I don't know.
Did you not like the Jeff Daniels scene in Dumb and Dumber? That's basically the same thing.
That one I love just because his little laugh at the end when he lets out a little squeaker sells the reality of he's immersed in this world so well that I bought all the rest of it. And it makes me now endear it because the acting is so on point. He lets out that little squeak and it's just like a little laugh, which I have done.
Right.
A little squeaker comes out and you're like, oh, he just catches you off guard. You don't anticipate that coming. But like Blazing Saddles, I hate it.
What?
I
Oh,
hate
well,
that
that's
scene.
different. The fart scene?
Yes.
Yeah. I hate it. Too.
I hate it, but
it
it's
doesn't
still,
hold up.
Still the same realm to me, but it's just like it's not funny the first time.
Right.
Why is it funny? No joke. 90 seconds later.
Yeah,
the same joke punchline for 90 seconds.
So in the 70s, it was funny, I guess. You didn't show farts on screen and
Yeah.
this idea
Yeah.
of Westerns.
But
yeah, I
anytime
agree
where
with
it's
you. It doesn't-
that hardcore,
Yeah.
it's just like why?
Well, I thought it was funny because you've never seen women do this on
True.
film. And Melissa McCarthy is hilarious when she's doing it. And, like, look away. Don't look. It's like lava. And then what's her face crumpling into the street? I'm not going to lie to you.
Maya Rudolph?
Maya Rudolph. I'm not going to lie to you. I've shit my pants 2 or 3 times. It's the worst. And you just crumple to the ground.
Shit pants only once for me.
Really?
2, 3 for you?
Drunk?
No, I was sober. I had just gotten over. I had diarrhea. I was in high school. I was a senior.
Okay.
So we were. A buddy of mine, his parents used to have like a cabin out in the woods. So we'd go out there and we'd go drink.
Right.
Because nobody's driving and we could just sit out there.
You chill out there?
Yeah. So I had diarrhea earlier that week, and this was Friday night, I think. And we stopped at Hardee's to use the bathroom.
Oh.
And they had just closed, and like shit. So I ran kind of over in like the bushes next to it, but not on Hardee's, but part of. There's nobody around. It's late. Not late, but it's like 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
11 o'clock. They've already closed. And as we're peeing, I got my buddy Jeremy sitting shotgun, and he's like, you know what, I'll go ahead and pee too. And as we're peeing, I farted and just down my right leg. Just right down my right leg. Just, you could feel this warm wave going over your right buttock from the interior and just kind of going down the back of the hamstring, slowly down the calf. It was weird. Just warm. It was...
That's great.
I didn't say anything to Jeremy.
Of course not.
No.
People are going to smell it, though.
I'm 17 or 18.
Right.
Well, because we're going out to the middle of nowhere, we're going to be passing my house. So I just told him, I was like, hey, man, jump in with them because I got to go home. My mom just called me, and I got to run home real quick. I'll meet you guys out at Brad's. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I was already fed up after one. Really? I was like, yes, I am dropping you off. My mom just called me. And he's like, all right, fine, whatever. And I just walked in the front door. even though I was going to drink, and I knew I hadn't done anything bad at that point. I just walked in, my mom's like, I wasn't over the diarrhea, I guess. And she's like, all right, just take it downstairs, start cleaning it off. But you're walking like you just got off a horse, kind of. You don't want to disturb. You don't want Vesuvius to erupt a second time. It was not fun, man.
It's true, man.
That's the only time I've ever done it.
Really? Wow. I did it one time driving home recently, about a year and a half ago, from Wood Ranch. I had the blackened chicken and the mac and cheese and the broccoli. And
you say it like the broccoli was what did it.
The broccoli did it.
How
Maybe
is
the melted cheese, both.
The healthiest thing in there. No
preservatives.
No,
my stomach can't handle greens. My stomach immediately
you're the one
clears me
human that
out.
can't eat greens?
No, I can eat it. It just clears me the fuck out quickly because my body. I've told you before. I shit 4 times a day.
That's how rarely you eat it. It's so shocked. What the fuck is this? We gotta get it out. Yeah, exactly. They think it's a poison. That's how foreign a substance it is. The
Get
body
it all out.
It attacks it like it's a virus or something, and you just flush it out. It's fucking self-imposed dysentery.
It's the worst. It was the worst because I knew getting in the car, I'm starting to feel the stomach. And I was like, okay, I think I can make it home, which was a 30-minute ride, which became a 40-minute ride because
The little Johnny that couldn't.
Yeah. I was literally 5 minutes from the house. I was 5 minutes from the. I
There's
made it
a good
over
T-shirt.
the hill.
Just your face on the front of a little train. The little Johnny that couldn't. Oh, dude, that's brutal.
It was the worst, man.
How far out from your house were you?
5 minutes, literally. I was on Melrose.
That's better than 15.
Yeah, I was
better
on
than 20.
That's right. No, it's almost worse because you're so fucking close.
Because you could have been sitting in your own, former self.
Oh, right, for 20 minutes. Right, good point.
I would take the indignity of 5 over 20.
I started to panic. Like, the thing is with my body, once I want to shit, like when it's like that, not like regular shit, but like when I really need to shit, my body will go through revolutions.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it gets to that point where it's like it's about to explode and then it dies down.
You're saying the Sandinistas at that point rise up. Oh, man.
We are going to attack.
Yes.
But look, it would rise, and then it settles down. I go, okay, sorry, the first wave. It's bought me like 5-10 minutes. Then it comes back again, even more powerful, and you have to ride it out to the tip and then swing it back down. So that's what happens with my body. Once it gets to the third time, the game is over. The game is over. And that's what happened here.
Or the game is afoot.
The game is afoot. So I was driving. I think I passed Santa Monica Boulevard going down Fairfax, and I was so fucking close, and I started to panic, and I was like, well, maybe if I jump out into someone's bushes, and I turned off into the side street, and it was too late, and it just came fucking pouring out of my asshole right down through my legs, both my legs, and it was just, and I was just driving so fucking slow, and so I had to drive to keep my legs up because I didn't want any shit
of course.
spilling out into the
I
fucking
was doing the same
floor.
thing. I was leaning on my left and just keeping my leg, but it like up and off. I was trying to touch as little of my leg to the seat as possible, and it still had to work the gas. It was really weird.
And then I was wearing brown pants anyway, so it was kind of a cover. And when I got out of the car, I was hoping none of my people who live around me were out on their stoops and shit or out on their front porches. And so I just kind of like waddled across, like you said, the street, and I ran into the fucking bathroom of my house, of my place.
I just remembered I actually have done it a second time.
Oh, so here we go. All right.
It was roughly around the same age, but I'm like, oh, you know what? Because of the brown whatnot, I was wearing, I remember, khakis, but I was at this girl's house, and I went to fart, and it was, and I went to the bathroom, and it was just on the bottom of my boxers. And
the sharding is the worst.
Oh, I cleaned myself, and then I put it on the bottom of the trash can and buried like all the other trash on top of it. And for some reason, I'd smoked a little pot, probably had a couple beers in me as well. I was like, oh, that's a terrible idea because it's going to smell up this room.
Right.
Eventually in the long run. So I told him I had to go out to my car, and I walked out to the curb, and I just tucked it in this rain gutter and just put it down there and just walked back inside. It's the only thing I can think to do.
We're a fucked up gender, man. We're a fucked up
Nobody
gender,
knew.
dog. Nobody
no one
knew.
was the wiser.
Nobody knew.
You know,
Yeah.
Hey, it's fine. She lived on a cul-de-sac. It's not like it was some terrible neighborhood.
Right.
I guess that makes it worse, but at the same time, it's not like you're driving down through downtown LA and you just throw your, I've seen homeless people practically do.
Oh God, yeah. The other time was in the military when we were doing a run. We were training.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we were training to run a 10K. So which is like 5.6 miles or 6.1 miles, something like that.
Like that.
And so for whatever reason, I think something I'd eaten or whatever, and we're running as a group, and I pull off. And I'm like, oh shit, here he comes. Like I couldn't even because when you're running,
you have to go. Yeah.
And that's the last thing you want to do when you got the shits is run because you're just making your body jiggle. It's making it worse.
Oh, you're gonna get a rash.
Yeah, right. And so it finally came for me, and I dipped out, and it was in a sewer, like one of those like ditch sewers, like when you see down in the South on the highways, they have those grass on the sides of grass.
Yeah,
V's.
a sharp V. Sometimes it fills up with water. It's raining a lot, so it turns it into a small little canal going down the side. Yeah, a little mosquito haven.
Yeah, exactly. So I ran into one of those openings, with concrete openings, right there in the middle of that V, and just fucking dropped it all over because it was coming through my shorts. So I just yanked my shorts off and then did it, and then ran to a Burger King and finished the job, and then ran all the way back to the barracks. It was the most embarrassing situation ever, man. It was the worst because I mean with the car thing, it was happening in my car.
Yeah,
so
it's a private event.
Exactly. Running across the base with a shit-stained gray shorts, that's tough. And I pulled out my shirt so I could cover it, and you're not supposed to with military. So I was like, if I get caught, I'll just show them that I shit my pants. Fuck it, But I pulled out the shirt so it could cover some of it at least.
Yeah.
So maybe
still
people
giving
think
class
it's mud.
to the uniform.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
that was
my
Matt's number 10.
That was. People say they love the tangents. That could be a record for us at number 10. On the first movie, we take a 12-minute tangent. Number 9 for me is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Because he breaks up with her. I'm using a technicality.
Knives. Yeah.
At like the fourth or fifth after he defeats the fourth or fifth one.
Right.
She's sick of everybody fighting and thinks maybe she just kind of extricates herself from this. She's also fed up with him.
Yeah.
Because this is what she wants, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Okay.
So it breaks up. So it's a movie predicated upon breakups.
Yeah.
Because all these people that she has broken up with, and they still harbor resentment to anybody that shows up because they still want her, want to be with her.
Yeah.
For the way that she made all of them feel to be dating her. And for that, it was just like that. All right, there's numerous ideas of breakups within this.
Right.
It's a really interesting and unique movie. There's all kinds of little subtle nods to popular culture in smart places like the one-up stuff or sound cues. And it just kind of adds to, I guess, the relatability to my generation, a generation younger than me, a generation probably younger than that too, because they've grown up on all the stuff that we've showed them.
Yeah.
Our hieroglyphics are in a partially video game. Like, this is what Mario looks like.
Yeah. It's a cool movie. I like the movie. And when we saw it, they screened it at Comic-Con that year before it released.
Oh, the whole thing? Or
Yeah. And everybody, it was a special screening for the nerds who were there. Everybody coming out of theaters like, this thing is going to blow up. This is going to be great. Like, all the nerds are going to love this movie. It's so distinctly so different. The video game references, it's the perfect timing for this movie. Sinks like a fucking stone in the box office.
I think
I can't explain.
In the long run, I think it's done fine.
Oh yeah, right. People love it, but now, right?
Yeah.
It's become an underground hit.
It's like a lot of Office Space.
Oh right, good point.
Nobody. I didn't see it in the theater, but I'll be damned if once I didn't own it. I think
that's a good point.
Maybe 2 separate times. Like, might have lost it, and somebody just gave me another copy, assuming, hey, he's got a birthday. He likes funny movies.
Sure, give him that one.
Yeah, we'll give him this one, and
it was just
worked
surprising.
out.
It was just surprising that it was a good film. That it didn't do well. Like, I was surprised because it's a good film.
Hey, it's got no names outside of Aniston, but Aniston hadn't really branched out into. She wasn't even.
She's not even in the movie.
In Office Space?
No, Pilgrim. I was talking about Pilgrim.
Oh, Pilgrim? I thought we were still talking about Office Space.
No, Office Space, yeah. Aniston was the only one in that movie, yeah.
Ron Livingston, no one knows.
Right. Not at the time. I mean, they kind of know him now, but not
his
really
face.
that well. Right. But this one with Pilgrim, you had
we got Michael Cera.
You had Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You had a young Brie Larson.
There's also tons of great cameos.
Brandon Routh is in it.
Yeah, Brandon Routh.
Aubrey Plaza.
Why am I blanking on Captain America's name? Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris Evans, right. Anna Kendrick. All these people are in this movie.
Yeah, there's tons of interesting, like, oh, yeah, they kept working. They're still working, even now and gotten even bigger.
Jason Schwartzman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a small,
There's the villain.
or a decent-sized part, yeah.
All right, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, good film. Damn. See, in my mind, that was more of a divorce, but I get it.
They break
it's a breakup.
up.
It's a breakup. You're right.
I mean,
You're
you
right.
don't have to be.
You're right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. That's
I
where
don't-
I still looked at it like
It's a good
they're
point.
breaking up. And it's also a nice cliffhanger of they imply that they get back together.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it's not like this, everything ended up perfect. There's still problems.
Some people hate this movie. I don't get it. I like this
I
movie
found
a
it
lot.
charming and endearing.
Yeah, me too.
And you're still hitting like actual breakup moments, but giving it a Hollywood ending.
Right.
Like a more palatable, I guess, Hollywood ending.
Yeah.
Because like when the kid goes up there and gives his speech that he doesn't believe in love anymore, we're getting into rom-com staple, big grand gesture that looks like it's failing until it's saved miraculously.
Yeah, exactly.
It has specific tropes in it that you've seen and you know before it even happens, this is how it's going to end.
Right.
But it's one that it's so well executed from top to bottom. The casting is great. With Carell and Julianne Moore and Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else is in this? Kevin Bacon.
Bacon's in it, yeah.
Marissa Tomei.
Tomei's in it. She's so angry at Steve Carell the whole time.
Who is the dude that comes over and punches Steve Carell? It's a really brief.
Oh,
it's the dad of the babysitter.
Yeah, that guy is in Zodiac.
Which was
He plays
blanking on his face.
He plays the mean guy in Zodiac. He plays the guy they think is the criminal in Zodiac, the guy who did the serial killing. They think it's him.
Oh, really?
It's that guy.
Okay.
Because he plays the dad, and the wife of that dad is a famous sketch comedic actor. I can't remember her name either, but the guy who plays the dad is the guy from Zodiac.
Wow, I can't picture it.
Yeah.
I need to see, I can see everything else going on in that scene right now, and just the almost cartoonish punch that takes out a screen for Kevin Bacon, and then another dude shows up, and it turns into Royal Rumble. The cops have to break up.
Yeah, which is funny.
But yeah, it's it's kind of showing also that Gosling and Emma Stone could probably lead one of these movies on their own.
Yeah, good
and
point.
they shortly did thereafter.
Yep. Both of them.
Yeah.
And
in different, complexities and ways, and together again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's fascinating about the film. I think it still holds up. I think it's still fun to revisit, and it's on TBS or TNT all the time.
Okay.
And the message is there too. It's like, well, she broke up with you because you got comfortable, you got soft, you got boring. The divorce was happening because you both got comfortable, you got soft, you got bored. She went off with this other guy. Yeah, maybe it's not good that she cheated, but then again, what upkeep were you doing on your end as the man to keep her? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's always been the other way around. So I like that the movie kind of plays it that Carell hasn't been doing his job in that situation. So it's a nice twist on the old situation. Let me see if I can find this guy. John Carroll Lynch. That's who it is.
All right, let me see it.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me see if I can revisualize the man. Okay.
Yep.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
Yep.
Because he's got the watch, and they bring him in. He's at work, and they bring him in on that break from his boss walks him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just sits down, and he's kind of fidgeting. And Charles Fleischer is the one in that movie that more than likely murdered a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah. Fleischer's really unsettling in that movie.
It's gorgeous casting. A man with a hump. Let's put him in the shadows.
Yeah, Beth Littleford is the one I was referring to. She plays the wife of the guy. And she was on The Daily Show for like 2 years being one of those funny reporters. So.
I think that's Carell's wife.
Is it?
Or no,
Nancy Walls is Carell's wife. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, that was your number 8?
That was my 8. What do you got at 10?
Okay, my 10 then is, speaking of Emma Stone, my 10 is La La Land.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a tough. I included it only because it is legitimately a breakup.
Oh, 100%.
It's a progression of a breakup, but it's a masterpiece theatrically. Even though I don't necessarily 100% like the movie. I can respect what Chazelle was trying to do with the movie.
Sure.
And that to me makes me revere it a little bit more, even though I hate the first half an hour of the movie.
No, the first 45.
Okay, first 45.
I watched it on
Yeah.
a screener, and my wife, who loves musicals,
Yeah, I love musicals.
I turned to her at 42 minutes, and I said, I think this is finally getting okay. And she's like, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 minutes later, they got rid of all the horseshit backstory.
Yeah.
I do not care about.
Nope.
I don't need to see you as a struggling actress going to terrible auditions, and I don't need to see his backstory. Like, just start them at 45 minutes in, and from there, had they made that movie, I would love it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Because the fact that there is no happy ending is awesome.
Yeah. The whole thing with the girlfriends and all that is terrible. Going to the party is terrible. The whole thing on the 405 is terrible.
It is.
I don't understand.
Get it.
Yeah, people love those scenes.
I'm
absolutely hate them. Yeah, absolutely hate those scenes. But then when they bump into each other, that's when the film comes to life.
Yeah,
and
they're
then,
like at that party, and he's
but then at the
80s music or
at
something.
the piano thing is where, and then at the party with the 80s music, when because they have such easy chemistry together.
They do.
Yeah, and you're right. And the criticisms against the movie are absolutely valid. This idea, like, oh, is it tough being pretty and white and skinny in L.A.? Is it tough? Like, I get that.
Kind of.
Yeah, a lot of people were bashing the movie because, like, why the fuck should I care about these two?
Look, on some level, though, being pretty and skinny and beautiful and all that stuff in L.A. means diddly shit.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pretty skinny people.
Sure.
So it's like this is one of those places that doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I've met beautiful people of all shapes and stripes, like really smart and motivated, and really terrible and offering nothing. Just because there's so many.
Yeah.
I've met nerdy ones. I've met sports ones. I've met girls that are into this, that, and the other, and just like, you're 10. Hey, welcome to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 10 is on the every street. You can see them on
you stand in certain areas long enough.
Yeah.
You'll find your version of like, what about like a sporty, nerdy Latina girl that's blah, blah, blah. You make it up. If you stand somewhere long enough, then more than likely someone pretty close is going to walk by.
A few.
Yeah, more than likely. Every ethnicity, whatever you can come up with.
Yeah.
Kenyan lady or Ethiopia, because there's a little Ethiopia, so you're like an Ethiopian guy that's blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Then Idris Elba is going to walk past you. And you're like, I don't know these Ethiopians saying, a dude that handsome is going to walk right past you, and you're like, that dude is objectively, he's just a good-looking man.
Can't argue. All right, so then my number 9 is Blue Jasmine, which is the...
I haven't seen that.
Really?
I want to.
Matt.
I've heard it's you got to be in the right mood.
It's a dark fucking movie, but it's a great fucking movie. And I know Woody, whatever people want to say about Woody, I get it. This is separate. Like, to me, I'm just watching an incredible performance from Cate Blanchett. It is a breakup movie because a breakup starts the whole damn movie. The divorce, then her trying to get with Alec Baldwin, then what happens after the thing with Alec Baldwin doesn't work out. And it's like, dude, it's an incredible film. I don't want to ruin it for you since you haven't seen it. It's one of those rare moments where you haven't seen it.
And there's another colored one that's very similar to that I've never seen, but I've heard the same thing. It's just like, dude, it is brutal.
Blue Valentine?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, I won't go near that one.
I think
that one's going to leave me in pieces, man.
I saw every Oscar movie that year, and that was the only one where I heard the description from friends that saw it, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm already watching tons of serious movies. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll revisit it. I know I should see it because it's just, if it has that kind of devastating effect, even if the effect is bad, that's resonant art.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You've made something that I've emotionally connected to. Yep. I got to be in a mood for that shit.
Agreed, and that's the way I feel about Blue Jasmine. And I went to see it. I went to see it like when it came out, and I went by myself because I just wanted to see. Everyone was talking about it. I wanted to see what this was all about. And the performance that Cate Blanchett delivers is so unsettling and powerful, and it just all the stages,
unsurprising.
And then what happens at the end, you're just like, fuck! Like you just watch someone completely devolve from the beginning all the way through, and then you don't know if you should feel sympathy for this person or not, and yet it's a struggle for yourself as you're watching it. That's fascinating, man. And Sally Hawkins is great. Dice has a great part as well.
Yeah, good for Dice.
Yeah. And Bobby Cannavale is fucking great in this thing, and Baldwin is interesting. So there's so much about the film that's fascinating, but she's the reason to watch it. The whole thing is the what happens to her after a breakup. All right, so then my number, because I had to. My number 8.
What does that mean? Because you had to.
Because I love this movie so much.
Okay.
Better Off Dead.
I couldn't.
Okay.
I didn't feel it fully felt for me, the breakup.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The whole film begins with a breakup.
But because he's got the French girl.
Yeah, but he doesn't know he has the French girl. He's still trying to win the blonde girl
back. We as an audience
back.
know that. To me, it's always been about their coming together,
right?
Not the separation of him and the empty, the vacuous girl. Like that, to me, it was like, trust me, you're going to see what we all see, which is if she's into that, she's not into you.
Right.
Whereas this girl's interesting and she's cute and you seem to have a good rapport and energy with her.
Right.
Why not do what seems obvious?
Well, still, the breakup is the stimulus.
Yes,
he wouldn't have gotten together with her if she had.
You're 100% right.
If the blonde hadn't
just for
broken
me,
up.
it's always been about them and not that.
I get that. I totally get that. But for me, I had to. I just love this movie so fucking
it's
much.
great.
And it's one of my favorite Cusacks. And this whole idea of the breakup is it's standard stuff where he's kind of shot above his league, and then the girl like realizes where she belongs in high school, like the station she's at, and they kind of have like grown apart in a way because he's in a different status. He's in the nerd crew, and she's more in the popular crew. That's how it was in the 80s, kids.
Well, yeah,
the nerds were not the popular crew.
They
the
had
nerds.
a ski patrol.
They had a ski patrol.
And I told you, I love any movie with skiing in it.
I know.
I love any movie with skiing in
This
it.
is funny. Where's my $2? Where's my $2? And his progression through the whole thing. And the soundtrack is really, it has some good 80s, forgotten 80s music on there that's really great.
I love the setup of the two Asian characters.
Yeah.
One learned to talk by listening to Howard Cosell.
That's right.
Which is what I've heard numerous people talk about. Like when they get here, I watch a lot of TV. I found a show that I like, and I learned English initially learning that. Oh, that's called this. And I say it, whatever it is. So if you learn from Howard Cosell, you take on his very distinct patois.
Lane Maya.
Yeah.
It was. And then Curtis Armstrong is there as his friend, but all of it is predicated on the breakup, and everything he's doing is trying to get her back until he realizes that he's hitting it off with the French girl, who of course is an exchange student and is trying to be married or paired off with that fat guy who ends up being in Head of Class. I think the head of class.
Yeah, I think it's Dennis on Head of Class.
Yes,
sat in the back of the room next to the Indian or Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was Indian.
But yeah, so all of that through the whole film, and then it's just then when the way it ends up and all that, and he wins the ski thing, and he could go back to the blonde, but doesn't. He ends up staying with the French girl, which I think is great. So anyway, it's just one of my favorite films. There's so many like that scene.
It's on my side list, but it's just because of the reason I gave. I was just like, no, there are other ones that I more so count as.
The two black garbage men, when they're like throwing away good white trash, like throwing away a good white boy like that. Damn. Yeah. It's a lot of great jokes throughout the whole movie. Anyway, all right, what's your number 7?
My number 7, this is where, High Fidelity.
Yeah,
can't do it?
I'm one of those people that doesn't like that movie. I just don't. Listen, I'm not a big Jack Black fan, so I don't. I fucking
His
don't.
part is so small.
I know, but it's part of it, and I just him going.
You don't like Jack Black?
I don't. I like
School of Rock. Nacho Libre. You're a fan.
I am. I'm a fan of Nacho Libre. I do not like him in King Kong.
No one does.
I don't like Tenacious D. I don't like any of those fucking songs.
I liked Tenacious D before they really fully became Tenacious. You know what I mean? Not to be hipster, but once they knew that everybody thought they were funny, I think it lost the funniness of what they did.
Okay.
Before, when they were lampooning and just talking about how amazing we are, and they're just kind of two relative unknown. One's an actor and one literally just plays guitar.
Yeah.
But boasting to that degree, and it was starting to work, and the idea that we all paid attention, it was good.
Yeah.
And then after I saw like the music video on SportsCenter,
oh yeah,
from there it was kind of like it's hit its zenith.
Right,
it's at the crest, and now it's just kind of gone. So that after that, I didn't care. But I remember watching their show on HBO when it came out. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
and then it went away, and I forgot about it for years until somebody brought it up in college.
Yeah,
or maybe fresh out of college. I was like, "Oh yeah, Tenacious D, that HBO show, that was great."
Yeah, just wasn't my jam. He's not my jam. When I met him at the Jumanji press junket, great guy, very good, and he's good in Jumanji.
Seems genuinely like a nice dude.
Oh, totally, and he's good in Jumanji. So in certain projects, I really enjoy him, but in this, I didn't. And I thought the whole premise of the movie is a bit vain and selfish. I'm gonna go rattle all these
John Cusack.
Yeah, but I'm gonna rattle the cages of all these ex-girlfriends because I need to figure something out about myself.
That's a Cusackian character, then.
Yeah,
that's what he played. Like as he grew up, he became this somewhat neurotic, but not really neurotic.
Yeah.
Like a Richard Lewis light.
Right? You could say that, yeah, because same things happen in Grosse Pointe Blank.
He does that. It's like a Woody Allen light, but not quite fully like, but he's not,
Right.
put upon like that.
Right.
But he still has that, I don't understand the world. I'm always questioning, what is my place? I don't get it. Just doing that. Mind is thinking about too many angles.
Yeah.
It's spinning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it because I know guys like that.
Yeah, I'm not bashing you're liking it. I'm just saying it just doesn't speak to me. Yeah. Go ahead.
They use just the right amount of him, and then the other guy that's the part of the two dudes that work there, Jack Black, and then he was one of those that guy actors. I think he was balding at the time.
Okay.
But younger, boyish looking.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about once you see his
Do I?
picture. You will. If you know him, you're like, oh, yeah. I remember he's got a nice IMDb list.
Is it Jack White?
No, it is not Jack White. The musician? I don't know another Jack White. Do you? Who are you talking about? Unless the actor's name is. That'd be pretty incredible.
No. Oh, Todd Luizzo? Is that who it is?
So is he balding or bald at this point?
He's like the Manny in Jerry Maguire, that guy. This guy?
Yes.
Yeah, Todd Luizzo, yeah. Do you remember him in Jerry Maguire?
No.
Remember, he's the Manny for what's-her-face, for Renee Zellweger. He's the one taking care of the kid for her.
I do not remember that at all.
What? He's the one that's like obsessed with jazz. He like gives him Miles Davis.
That's why Jerry Maguire didn't make my list when we did Tom Cruise. I just don't.
Let's not bring that up.
I am not going to. I don't think I'll ever watch that movie again.
Terrible list. Let's not bring that up. Jerry Maguire is a great movie.
I didn't. There was an opportunity to earlier, and I did not bring it up. I'm letting that sleeping dog lie.
Right. Yeah. All right. And so that was
Captain
my
Zeta
Zeta-Jones. All that's in this. Yeah. All right. So what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Her.
That's a punt.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm sorry. No, that's not a punt. Yes, it is a punt. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was my 6.
Okay. So my number 7 then is Swingers.
All right, that's a punt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You'll see.
All right. If you got what you got. Let me see.
What do you got at 6?
Hold on. My number 6 then is Chasing Amy.
Were you just typing it in now?
What?
The last second?
No, it was there. I was just trying to clarify. Yeah. Chasing Amy. You ever seen that film?
Yes. I've seen it a lot of times.
It's a breakup.
Right? I was like, meh.
Oh, you didn't like it?
The weird thing is, I like Kevin Smith, and I've always, outside of Mallrats, I've never really latched on to a movie of his.
That's so ironic because most people...
I kind of like Dogma.
I didn't like Dogma.
I kind of liked it. Clerks, no.
Yeah, Clerks is okay. It's not the one I run back to. This is the one I run back to.
And, Jay and Bob, no.
Yeah. Or Clerks 2.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't dislike him. It's just
Right.
it's not really my cup of tea. It's not made for me. Whereas I think he's interesting. At least he's got an opinion. He sticks
as a
by
person.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
He never goes out of his depth. You never hear him bullshitting his way through. It's like if he's got an opinion, he's got an opinion.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's like I can respect that. I like that.
He's very aware of who he is.
Yeah, and
is
also
good.
this is what I make. This is who I am. This is what I do.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's good.
Well, with Chasing Amy, for me, I enjoy it because it's a film that just kind of explores the boundaries of this kind of situation. I know it can be offensive to some people. It's like, oh, he's the one guy that can turn the lesbian, but she's bisexual, so it's like it goes both ways. But it explores those kinds of things of the sexual judgments that we put on women. Like, 'cause the whole time, his issues with Amy are like his jealousy, the fact that she slept with a bunch of dudes in high school, is experimenting, all this kind of stuff, which we do, men do. And so to have him be, which I think was the beginning of the change in this idea that like you could judge women because they slept with a lot of dudes. Like, I just like that the film like tackles that head on and makes Ben Affleck the villain for being so judgmental and then pissing away a chance at having a pretty incredible girl to be with because of his pig-headedness about the situation. And so all of that, I just really enjoy it. I just enjoy it.
Jennifer Garner is sitting and listening right now going, yes, exactly. Yes, keep going, John.
Listen, if Jennifer Garner
sounds
listening to this,
very... Listen, you don't know what celebrities are listening.
Listen, if she's listening, I would like to take her out for dinner. I absolutely love Jennifer Garner. She's beautiful as hell.
I've had some, we've already found out about certain interesting people that have listened. I've also heard of a couple others.
Yeah. Oh,
friends of friends of like,
really?
Hey, I checked out an episode. I enjoyed that one. Okay. I don't know if they listen beyond that, but thank you very much.
That's really nice. That's very kind. And also, I like this. The dialogue in the film is the best dialogue he's ever written.
I will give you that. There's a realness to that
Yes.
no other movie of his has. Everything else has like this kind of eccentricity. Like you tell the characters are in our world, but not.
Yeah.
Whereas that one is grounded in reality.
Yeah, the scenes where he tells her that he loves her in the rain. Great fucking dialogue in that scene. Great monologue. And then the scene where she, outside the hockey game, when she fucking tears him a new asshole. Great fucking dialogue. And when they're getting together kind of in that opening scene at the bar and stuff, like when he's come out to play darts and shit, like their dialogue is very cute and flirty and fun to watch. So that when things fall apart, the breakup of the in the movie, it's just fucking, it's tragic. It's fucking tragic.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, that was my number 6. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Swingers.
Okay. Was so slight punt.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I was just like, oh, and I was like, well, we'll get to it. It's not
Good
that
film.
huge. Yeah, it's really good. I mean,
Yeah.
it made Favreau and Vince Vaughn
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
straight off of that. Just, hey, these guys can do something.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince Vaughn instantly leapt to, I couldn't wait to see him in something.
Oh yeah.
Because he was just lightning in a bottle on screen. This guy had so much great, but at no point did I feel like he was chewing the scenery, like trying to steal focus. He's just so baby,
Yeah.
just so smooth, charismatic. I couldn't take my eyes off like him. And then Favreau, bringing in this whole masterpiece. But at the end, when he goes to like the finally he's let go,
Yeah.
when she comes back, that has happened to me.
Oh yeah. All of us, dude.
Yeah.
All of us.
Exactly. The reality of that, because, the meeting this interesting group of guy friends, and they're all trying to build them back up. They're utterly different. It's a culture shock. I've moved a lot in my life.
Yeah.
So you move into somewhere else and be like, no one does it. All your friends now, they're all into this.
Yeah.
So you should probably get into this kind of like, that's why they're your friends.
Right.
You share a common interest. But in this area, this is what everybody does. We're like, well, you know what? I like doing that too. So perfect.
Yeah.
It happens to be different from the last. But at the end, just that, the resonant of the simplicity hitting the machine, or the machine plays, but being utterly indifferent because you finally, you've matured. You've moved past it. You realized it was not going to be anything but toxic for you.
It's weird when that happens. Matt, I just had it happen. I'll tell you this in a second. I love this movie. When you go back and watch Swingers, Vince Vaughn is a baby, man. He is a fucking baby.
He looks so young, like fresh out of high school.
Yeah, like fresh, like a prepubescent. It's insane how young he looks. And Favreau is skinny Favreau here. Like he's fluctuated. Like in Rudy, he's fat Favreau. In this, he's skinny Favreau.
He got nice and skinny, and then he
Right.
jacks up for Maid.
Yeah, for Maid, right? Exactly.
Right after that.
And then, but he's pretty much settled into larger Favreau now with Happy Hogan and all that kind of stuff he does. And he's a director now more than anything else. So why not?
And
chill out.
producer.
And producer, right. Making his good money. Vince, you're right, was great. But also this film is a snapshot of a time in the 90s when swing music had come back.
Yeah, it was
this
a
idea
weird...
of being cool. It was like for a year or two or something like that, where it was a whole thing. People were taking like swing dancing lessons and shit.
Got so huge that I remember a Gap ad.
Yeah.
that everybody was talking about because it was swing, but it was so beautifully choreographed.
Right. People were discovering Benny Goodman again, all that kind of shit. And then in the movie, they have all those and then Mitch and Mickey became famous off of that because people started going to see them, all that kind of shit. So and the film still works. The film is still an enjoyable watch with a lesson. And that scene where he calls that girl 30 fucking times, I have been there, man.
So have I.
It's the worst.
So have I.
Oh,
I've done one that...
Oh, I gotta hear this.
She came on to me. I was still drinking at the time.
Yeah.
And she was in the discussion of hottest waitress that worked.
Nice.
That we were with all the time.
Nice.
And one night she threw herself, I'm not kidding you.
That's great.
In front of God and everyone at this all bar. We went to the small bar, this little shotgun bar. I was like, this is awesome. And then like 3 days later, we're still trying to continue it going. I was such an emotional wreck. I lost all the confidence that I guess, well, I always had it, but like in this moment now, I was trying to contact her during the day. We always ran into each other at night and had for years. And we go drinking, and that's how we knew each other. And just interacting in real life was so jarring that I couldn't do it. Like it fell apart. We went back to revisited and dated after that.
Yeah.
But just like that initial, was like, I don't even know how to do this. Like I utterly lost all, I would say, confidence on some level.
Yeah.
But I did a phone call where I left 5 messages because she texted me and she was like, hey, my place is on your way to work. And I was like, I got that. And I woke up late for work and I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. And she didn't answer for 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to be leaving here in just a second. And then like 7 minutes
Walking
after
out the door.
that, yeah, 7 minutes after that, be like, hey, just making sure you're okay. And it's like,
Did you text? I had the hair
it's
dryer.
8:12. Yeah, exactly. I was on the toilet. Did you text but not somehow leave a physical copy of that text? I am not kidding. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm an idiot. And I was like 24 at that time.
Of course,
25.
Man. Yeah, the shit we talk ourselves into, Matt.
Oh my God. I had it. It's already a done deal.
Yeah.
And then the fact that I'm going back to, find the treasure where I already know the treasure is, and somehow I lost the map. Like, that was ridiculous.
Ladies dig the confidence, man. You got to have the confidence. Most of the time, they like that stuff. So Matt knows, and some of you may know, he knows that girl I dated for 5 years that fucked my life up, messed me up really bad. I've finally gotten past her over the last few months, like last 6 to 8 months. It's been like, I don't like worry about running into her anywhere. I don't worry. It took me a long time to get here, man.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And, I always wondered if I was ever going to meet somebody, and I feel like I've met somebody that I'm enjoying recently over the last month, just like feeling like, okay, there's possibilities here, blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, like I've stopped having occasional thoughts about the ex. And what happens literally yesterday, as I drive back home from hanging out with this new girl that I'm seeing, I open my screen door and there's a package there addressed to the ex. She had ordered something from Hawaii. And it.
But you guys have been together for 5 years.
Exactly. Well, I've been together for 3. Right.
Oh, 3 years, sorry.
Yeah. But she hasn't lived there for 4. So I don't know what she ordered and why she defaulted to my address. But I thought that was a great sign that it's the first indication of anything of hers coming near me since we broke up and since we stopped talking. And it was like a test. Like it was like, oh, this was like a swingers moment where the ex kind of showed up in some way while I'm with someone new that I'm moving past her.
In that box there's like a ransom note and she knew that you'd be the one person? She was the only address she could remember outside of her new one.
Well, she shouldn't have treated me like shit for 5 years. Then maybe I open a fucking box.
There you go. You know the stakes with Roca.
Mm-hmm. I put return to sender on that thing and put it on the side of the fucking mailbox. All right, that was your number what? 5?
That was my 5.
Okay, so my number 5 is Annie Hall.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Fuck, Matt. Okay.
I told you, Woody Allen, I know nothing of.
Fair enough. Hint for a future Thunderdome. Annie Hall, once again, your issues with Woody, I get if you have an issues with Woody Allen. I do too. I get it. But these are still films, and you have to find value in them if you want to. And for me, this film still stands out as an incredible exploration of a breakup with a guy who didn't have to. Once again, caught up in his neurosis, caught up in his judgments, caught up in, instead of being accepting and understanding and wanting to explore this person, he's trying to make her fit into a box so that he can feel comfortable dating her and secure dating her instead of discovering her. And so the sweet moments, there were some great little scenes between them when those lobster stuff and then when they're having these conversations about the world and life and walking, but you can tell that she's not 100% into the situation as much as he is, so that causes his desperation to want to hold her down and keep her in a box and not try to control her in a way. And in the end, he holds on too tight. The old 38 Special song, you got to hang on loosely, and ends up
don't let go.
Exactly. So many lessons in that song. And
you're gonna lose control. That's fucking Midwest. I've heard that song roughly a billion times.
That song is the best.
I hate that song.
What? You hate 38 Special, Hang On Loosely?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Any 70s arena rocky type of stuff like that.
How dare you?
That's all I heard from 8th grade through senior year.
Do you hate Bob Seger?
I don't dislike Bob Seger. All my buddies from high school, that's still one of the guys they will go back to and listen to Seger, and I get it. But I've also I feel like a number. Yes, we all feel like a number, Bob. We all. Night Moves. I know all this
great.
Song. It is great.
God damn it!
But I've heard it so many times that it has no effect on me whatsoever.
Main Street's great.
Any Foreigner, any Bad Company,
come on.
any REO Speedwagon.
Well, I can accept REO.
Styx. I hate Rush.
Oh my God!
Look,
what
I will say is they're all amazing musicians. I mean, it is. I have watched Neil Peart do drum solos on YouTube so many times. And Geddy Lee, and I don't know the other gentleman's name, they're all amazing. They orchestrate and create these elaborate, intricate, beautiful songs.
Yes, Matt.
His voice is just no. I'm sorry. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. No.
Dude, you're insane.
But then if you listen to the orchestration thereafter, they're actually, they're going up, what is it, an augmented scale as they come back. Bum, bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum,
great.
and they're building a charge. It's great as they build the momentum back up. Like, the orchestration is gorgeous.
Yes.
I love the music, the musicianship, and the technicality of it. His vocals just kill me every
insane.
time.
This is Tom Sawyer is one of my top 5 favorite songs ever.
It's easily their worst.
Fucking ever.
Easily their worst.
As soon as it comes on, I'm immediately in this fucking mood, man. It's great. Oh, come on. You're insane. You're insane.
Mean pride. No.
It's so good.
No.
That's the best.
It is the worst, actually. Just that, the high voice, the lilt in his voice into that every time just makes me go, this is ridiculous.
The drum is great.
Oh, it is? Watch an overhead cam of him.
I did.
It's phenomenal.
Incredible. I saw a guy on YouTube do the drum.
Yeah, I've seen other people trying to play. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And as good as they are, they're still not Neil Peart.
No, it's true.
He is. And then I've seen Getty, and he's playing the bass and sometimes the synth, and he's doing all these. They're all amazing.
Yeah.
Just no.
Okay. Get back to the movie Annie Hall. Like, great dialogue, great scenes there. If you're a studier of film or a studier of acting, you can watch Annie Hall and get so much out of how to do scenes, how to construct scenes, how to build stuff throughout the whole movie. And then when the breakup happens, it's like, it's inevitable. And you saw it coming.
Yeah.
But it had to happen for him to learn the lessons. And a lot of us, speaking of breakup movies, and a lot of us learn what we have to learn from breakups. Like, they really do change us for a reason. Like, they fuck us up sometimes, but it's because you haven't learned the lesson yet. Sometimes the breakup has to get even worse before you finally learn the fucking lesson, So I love that.
Is it and grow?
Yeah. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Say Anything.
What do you mean?
They break up.
They get together.
His dad forces them to break up, and then the triumph of love, they come back together, and she reverses back on him with the pen thing.
Yeah, the pen is hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. And Cusack is like, I'm going with her.
I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen.
Yeah, and he tries to take a pious stance and be like, you embezzled from dying people.
Yeah.
You can go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
But they don't have to say that, and she does it all with a pen.
Yep.
It's a great little, the breakup, yes, but it's also a breakup, like you said before, of her and her father, and what she thought.
Good point.
His vision for her of her life, and now she's taking ownership of that life. So for that, but the breakup of two people going, you know what? No, fuck you. We're right.
Yeah.
Well, we know what we have, and it may not work, but we're going to try.
Absolutely.
And I might be like a kickboxer. What? The fuck
That's what
is
he was.
Or
He was a
something?
kickboxer.
I'll go to London with her because.
Yeah.
What am I going to do as a kickboxer?
It's a great fucking film, dude. And it's the beginning of, it's basically announces John Cusack. And of course, it's like the number one romantic moment almost in any film when he's holding
Boombox.
The Boombox, yeah.
It still works.
Oh, yeah. And people still parody it.
Yeah. You can put that up and it has an emotional effect.
Yep.
You don't even need to know really the context of the movie because I think everybody's educated now that is just a show of, because Deadpool does it for Colossus.
Right. That tells you.
Spoiler alert on the Deadpool 2. I apologize about that.
Not giving anything away there.
Yeah. I didn't give anything away, but it's a decent little joke.
Fair enough.
But it's one of those of like, that's, if you grew up in the world that was, alive for the past 30 years, we all know that.
Yeah.
It's a cultural shorthand.
Absolutely. And it's a great choice, Matt. I mean, like, I don't, because they get together at the end, I don't necessarily see it as a breakup, but you're right. There's a breakup there between the father and the daughter and real disillusionment. Because
and she does break up with Cusack.
Yeah, she does in the middle of the movie.
It
gives
doesn't
him a
last
pen
that long.
and shit. Yeah, right. And Ione Skye is great in the movie, man. She's so cute. The whole beginning, man. The whole beginning of the party, everything he does. Like, he's such a cool dude that's what makes you enjoy the movie so much. Like, you cheer for him so much to get with her because he does not make one misstep the whole movie. The whole movie, he just cares about her, wants to accept her for who she is, and wants to support her and lift her up any way he can the whole time. So, like, he never fucks the whole shit up. Like, even people around him talk about how great he is. Like Lily Taylor doing what she does, dealing with that Joe guy, and they're always talking about how cool John Cusack's character is. And so much so that in the end, when he does have the one-on-one with the dad, and it's John, what's his name? John Mulaney.
From Frasier.
Yeah, from Frasier. I forget what his name is, but he has the back and forth with
Mahoney.
John Mahoney. Yes, he has the back and forth with Cusack and because Cusack has done everything right to this point and gotten Ione, he is equal with the old man and doesn't have to put it in his face. And the old man doesn't give in and is bitter.
No, he tries.
He's left bitter, man.
Yeah, he screwed his life up, and now he's trying to lash out the one thing he thinks he still may have control over.
Right, and Cusack doesn't take the bite. That's so great. And she walks over and just says what she needs to say. So
It's
agree,
just
man.
the pen.
Yeah, the pen.
What you wanted me to give him.
Oh, boom.
It's just that's such a terrible gift.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dismissive if you gave someone that you're supposed to be emotionally attached to. Here's a pen.
Here's a pen.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, so my number 4, is that where we're at to?
Yeah.
Yeah, is Her, the
okay.
pun from earlier.
All right.
Yeah. Dude, that film, it's so good.
I know.
It's so good.
You understand why he would fall in love with an idea, a concept.
Yes.
It was more nurturing. It grew with him. And then God damn it, I can't even think of the word. Not disavowalment. When she joins the other IOSs.
Yeah.
And now she's falling in love with thousands of people at once, and it kind of devalues what they had in his eyes. And she's like, no, it teaches me to love even more. And then she leaves.
Yeah.
And just the subtle, like, he had to already deal with one degradation, and then to finally have the final insult of, you're just going to walk away from what I thought was something? And she's trying to sell him on it's so amazing.
Yeah.
I wish you could come.
It's the greatest performance Scarlett Johansson's ever delivered, and she's never on screen. It's incredible. Like, her voiceover work is phenomenal. It's layered. It's complex. It's got real emotion behind every situation, and she's playing the moments. And as her situation changes, because at first, like, they get to know each other, then she gets like, so she does the things that a girl would do, like says those like random like moments, has those random moments of like saying honest feelings about him and like connecting with him, and gets into the lower register of her voice to kind of convey those so that they feel real. And then she moves past him because she wasn't supposed to be his one, like, because he's not going to fall in love with some IO yet. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because the whole film begins with him like recovering from a breakup. So in essence, Scarlett Johansson is a rebound.
Yeah, it is.
And he falls too deep in love with her, but she teaches him, once again, these breakup movies, she teaches him that he's okay, that he's going to be fine. And he survives the loss of her, and sitting up there on the stoop with Amy Adams at the end of the movie. Yeah. They have that commonality.
Did she go through the same thing?
Yes, exactly. They a lot of people did, right, at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's
when
that
they all
whole
left.
Thing. Yeah. And the lesson is that you're fine. You'll survive. No matter what happens, no matter who leaves you, breaks up with you, you're okay. You're going to be fine. And that's what's so great about the movie in the end, is like, no matter what happens, you'll survive the breakups. You just got to keep going.
Will rise
the sun
tomorrow.
will rise. Exactly. Yeah.
You have to. That's whenever I've gotten to my darkest places. Eventually, I had to teach myself, that one day this will all end. So long as you keep, forward progress in the right direction, as bad a pit as you've gotten yourself into, you can get out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to army crawl sometimes, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. But guess what? That means that's a really deep hole.
Yeah.
You got yourself into a bad place, and you can't get out easy. So you deserve to go through this.
Yeah. And sometimes the army crawl is literally 1 or 2 steps forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's
then,
like inches.
Yeah, inches. You
and a mile.
Yeah.
And you're like, this sucks.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Sometimes you slide back down the hole a little bit. All right. I caught some roots. I'm holding on right here.
I got a hamburger hill, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I gotta
Well, it's like, who is that? The old Disney with Ichabod Crane or something? Which old Disney where he ends up in his own grave? I'm sure, actually, I think there's one with Christmas Carol.
Oh.
With Ebenezer Scrooge,
right.
And he finds out with the ghost of Christmas Future or something that takes him to his grave. I don't know. I just visualize it as a cartoon. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was your 4?
That was my 4, yeah, with the Joaquin Phoenix.
3 for me is The Notebook.
Okay.
Because they break up in the middle. It's a class distinction. Parents are trying to make her do one thing, and we don't know that that's what the old couple that they open on is ultimately them.
Yeah.
But and then she breaks up, a fledgling marriage. They haven't quite been married yet, but it's close. So she breaks up on that end as well to go with true love.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, everybody told you, every person that I saw beforehand is like, it's really emotional. Trust me, it will get you. And I'm like, well, I don't know about any of that. And then by the end, man.
Oh.
Holding hands?
Yeah,
You
dude.
kidding me? I didn't shed a tear, but I was definitely welling up, like the emotion of those final closing scenes.
Oh, yeah, man.
They're effective.
Look, when she finally breaks out of it and realizes who James Garner is, and he's like, "Oh, baby, you came back to me. You came
Yeah.
back." Man, that devastates me every time. Nothing that Gosling and McAdams do in the movie decimates me like that moment between Garner and
No. Because you
Gina
know what they've
Rollins.
lost.
Yeah.
And she doesn't remember that, and he does, and the
yeah.
pain of that, that's got to suck.
Yep. And them dying together, it's such a good movie. And you're right, there is a breakup there that occurs, and it's a battle between the both of them because she's having to do more work than him in terms of like upsetting her social norm, right? What she is used to be with him, she has to upset so much of her social norm.
Yeah.
But yet he's the right person for her, and so. She's the one that's got to break the plates a little bit more than him because he's already just 100% with her, wants to be with her.
Bought the house.
Everything. But she's trying to live this life that was pre-planned for her, and she's scared to take that chance. And so eventually, sometimes the heart wants what it wants no matter what the situation is, and you see that come forward. And when they have that coming together finally, man, it's just so great. And all the letters and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's a powerful film, man.
It is,
If you
no,
catch
without
it
a
at the
doubt.
right time. Yeah.
Without a doubt. It was more effective than I anticipated.
Oh, yeah.
And then thereafter, when like Knights of Rodanthe and any other,
yeah.
whatever that author's name is,
Yeah, Nicholas
Sparks.
Yeah.
Anytime he was like, is this one any good? No, it's like a schmaltzy. Like, okay, all right.
Got it.
But another one could pop up from that guy again. It's like Dan Brown. Maybe Dan Brown makes another Da Vinci Code again.
I think this one and Bridges of Madison County are my two favorites. Nicholas Sparks. Isn't that Nicholas Sparks? Bridges of Madison County?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, maybe it isn't.
It came out at a time where I didn't understand that type of movie.
Okay.
And it's just one I've never gone back for. I'm sure it's good. It's got two excellent actors in it.
It's
How
a
can it
good
not
film.
be?
Yeah, and it's a very slow-paced, really well-done film about people of age, like falling in love.
Yeah, Meryl Streep and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. All right, so that's number 3. That was your number 3?
That was my number 3.
So my number 3 is 500 Days of Summer.
It's called a punt.
Whoa!
It's called a punt.
All right, I guess I see where it is landing. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2, do you want to get ready with the words punt? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's my number 2.
Oh, is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is.
I thought that was going to be number 1.
No, my number 1 is number 1 for so many reasons, but my
I
number
clearly don't have it.
But Eternal Sunshine is incredible. Eternal Sunshine is fucking incredible. So we can talk about it. It's like there's a TV series coming out on Showtime later this year with Jim Carrey, and it's Michel Gondry together. It's called Kidding, and I've seen the trailer already, and the trailer is already devastating. So I can't even imagine what the show's going to be like. So this film still destroys me every time I watch it. A little bit of the luster has come off of it, but it's still an incredibly powerful film about a breakup.
In what way?
Well, just because some of the scenes seem a bit angry. He's more angry than I remember it in certain moments.
Okay.
And judgmental of her in a way that's like...
Well, especially when you hear the narration at the
Yes,
end,
yeah.
like from the audio
Yes,
sets.
yeah.
Because we never saw him get that vitriolic towards her. He may have expressed it in his eyes and whatnot, but it's another thing to verbalize it and say it aloud because now you've crystallized the thought.
Right. But did he really love her? That's the thing that's kind of like now with 2018 eyes as I watch the film sometimes. Like, did he really love her? Because he had so many complaints about her. Did he really love her? I wonder. But at the end, when they have the back and forth, that's what's worth it.
Well, I think
The movie.
I think it's basically it's an example to us that you need to grow as people, and you need to either accept someone for who they are,
Exactly.
and learn to love them for that,
Yeah.
or move on.
Yeah.
And he heard all the terrible things he said about her, but on some level, it seems as though fate or kismet or what have you,
Yeah.
like their orbits are going to intersect.
Mm-hmm.
They've learned this out by random chance. They both ended up
Twice.
in Montauk.
Yeah.
Now, it's the first time they met each other was there, so they were subconsciously drawn to it, I guess, on some level thereafter. Who knows? But we saw proof of that with the Kirsten Dunst and Tom Wilkerson.
Yeah.
Was it Wilkerson or
Wilkinson, yeah.
Wilkinson. That, although he kept her around, he could have fired her,
Right.
erased her memory, and fired her, get her away. But he didn't know that just by having her around, she would eventually regain the same tendencies she had before.
Right, because he wasn't going to fall into it again. He wasn't.
He wasn't actively
right.
trying it. When his
Right.
wife shows up and he was like, I swear to God, this was a...
Yeah.
And
That scene is, whoa. What does he say? What does she say to him? Don't be something like, don't be an animal or don't be cruel or something. Like, tell the poor girl. You know?
What
does she say to him? She says something.
I think it's just straight tell the girl. Just like, tell me what.
But he says, don't be something. And tell
maybe don't be cruel.
Yeah, something like that. And just tell the girl. And that's when and I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, shit. She had something with him. And he
now it makes you look at the Ruffalo, which is early Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah.
But the way he interacts with her, and every time she brings up Howard, and why he's so disgusted.
And jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's taking it out on Elijah Wood because Elijah Wood's doing the exact same thing on some level.
Oh, yeah.
Stealing a freshly wiped former guy's girlfriend.
Right.
You just don't happen to know. Oh, guess what? You kind of do know.
He's a scummy fuck in that movie.
Yeah, he is. He's a little stealing all the lines.
Oh, dude.
Trying to endear himself, pawns off the gift.
Some people do that, man. Some people get into relationships and they listen to what their ex-girlfriend or their partner says about their ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, about the stuff they enjoyed about the exes, and they try to hit the same beats as a way of trying to keep that person. It's creepy as
keep that
fuck.
person.
Yeah.
I've dated girls where they've said things before we dated, and I stored it away, and I was like, oh, okay, you like that type of thing.
Oh, well, sure.
Yeah, we're hanging out drinking, you tell a story, and then they say something in the story and express their admiration of whatever that is, and you're like, oh, I'll throw that away. Like, I already feel like we got a shot.
Yeah, right.
This isn't some bullshit where I do this for everybody. It's just like, meh, and it's paid, dividends.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention. You got to listen.
You do. You got to listen,
is the key,
guys.
man.
Yeah, listening and eye contact, confidence.
Always.
For anybody out there. That'll get you through about 90% of life.
Yes. And also the performance of Carrie is just incredible, dude. It's still my favorite performance of his.
Well, I mean,
I don't put Truman Show above this.
No, I put this above Truman Show.
Yeah.
Of his like dramatic, serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise, now you're talking about like Majestic, or which I like him in it.
It's good.
Yeah, I just don't think the movie ever hits the level where maybe they felt it did, or something like that. Like I know he wanted an Oscar for that, but I'd give it to you for this.
Yeah. Oh, like, absolutely.
This is excellent work.
It's a crime he wasn't nominated for this.
Yeah, it's like Steve Carell. That guy's excellent. Right. Even if the movie's just okay,
right?
He always putting out good work.
Yep, agreed.
And Carrie, it's really rare when I don't at least enjoy what he's doing. Mm-hmm. If I don't enjoy the movie, that's fine. But I can't always say that for a lot of actors.
Yeah, and Winslet too. Winslet wanted this role, man. She fought hard for this role.
It's it's an interesting idea of what if you could take away all the bad memories.
Yeah,
and what's worse. For some people, it would be a good thing if you took away all their bad memories.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to because I learned.
Right.
Just like you brought up earlier.
Yeah.
You grow. And I would end up being like Carrie, be like, no, yes, there was bad, but there was also good. And that good taught me a lot about myself. And it made me open up. And I grew. And it's part of human development.
And that's what's great about their interaction at the end. Like you said, Matt, she has that thing where she says, we're going to end up hating each other. I'm not going to change. I'm going to get on your nerves, blah, blah, blah. And his response, instead of like fighting back, he just goes, okay. And it really like settles her down because she realizes that he's finally ready to accept her for who she is.
He lost everything.
Not for who he wants her to be, for who she is, right? Yeah.
And he doesn't even realize that he fought to hold on to it the whole time.
Yeah.
So this is a recommitment. He's just trusting his gut.
Right.
Because all those memories are now gone.
Yeah. All right, was your number 2?
That was my 2.
So my number 2 is Eternal Sunshine.
So my number 1 is 500 Days of Summer.
Okay. So which would you talk about first? Your number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the most realistic to me. I've experienced that.
Fuck yeah, man. It is. I watched it again the other night, and I was like...
I just saw it for the first time.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Because when it came out, everybody was like, oh, dude, Han Solo.
Of course.
And I heard that nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought there was going to be like a pilgrimage. There's going to be cool references and stuff like that throughout.
Right.
So I turned off blinders, and I was like, I'm seeing this. Everybody's done talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's been years and was leading up to this, and my wife brought it up. And I was like, I've never seen it. Do you want to watch it? Because sometimes I'll tell her what the topic is, and I'll be like, here are all a bunch of movies that I'm going to watch for this week.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch any with me? And she was like, 500 Days of Summer. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
And as soon as it ended, I just turned and I was like, that was excellent.
Yep.
Just so true to life, so real. I've experienced so many of those things.
Oh, yeah, man.
So many.
Watching again the other night, the scene where his expectations versus reality, the dual frame scene, holy fuck sticks,
I've had that happen.
Hell yeah, man. That whole thing where you go and your ex, like, who's always had more power in the relationship than you because she cared less about the relationship than you did, you run into her and you have that day, or you hang out for that fucking evening or whatever, and you think, oh yeah, we're getting back together, we're going to get back together, and nothing ever happened, and then you find out she has a boyfriend already, or she's dating someone. It's such a kick in the teeth, man. All of it, but
engaged.
And engaged, right.
Find out she got engaged when he storms out of there just emotionally destroyed.
Yeah.
That took me back to, oh wow, like instantly this memory sprang up in my head where I was like that, where my world was crashing down, and I was so emotional I couldn't even cry. My body just couldn't process the amount of frustration and hatred and sadness and despair. So many other emotions came to the surface all at once, like my brain fractured.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're running out of there, can't breathe, like just, oh, God, fuck it, I got to get out. I got to get out.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. But once I saw that, I was like, I've never seen that expressed to a degree that seems so real.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking man.
And you've been on that date when you go out too early after a breakup, and you're like talking about the ex the whole time, and you're annoying that poor girl who's decided to go on a date with you without knowing the shit you're in. And then you're sitting, and you end up at that karaoke bar drunk singing a song that you used to sing with her, and she just gets up and leaves. We've all had that date, I'm sure, after a breakup. I know I've had. Fuck, it's the worst, dude. When you start to date too early after a breakup, it's the worst. And so you have that kind of situation. But
yeah, I just tried to hook up for a while and fly casual, fly casual. Right just on. Up there enjoying myself, just a condor up on the high winds. I'm not working that hard up here. I'm just going to fucking relax.
He's a condor, man.
Yeah, because that did a number on me.
Yeah.
I can't go through that again.
Yeah, it's so realistic, man. And, it's a young Chloe Grace Moretz as well, which is really interesting.
Super young.
Yeah.
That was, she's excellent.
Yeah, she is good.
It is weird. She's, coming in like a yogi, like this sage advice. Yeah. She carries the advice of the ancients with her.
She's the mini Yoda, man.
Yeah, it's just she can assess it like an adult. And you're like, it's pretty impressive for, what is that? Is she a 14-year-old girl
she's like
or something?
14, yeah.
Something like that. She was great.
And the guy who's his friend at the greeting card company, that's the guy that's Christina.
That's Christina Hendricks, husband.
Yeah,
he was in Super Troopers.
Yeah,
Super Troopers. The stone kid in the back. He was in, what else? I'll think of it in a second.
Okay.
And the other dude, his other friend, was on that not Cold Case. It was the guy, the crime show
Numbers?
With Joe Mantegna and Greg from Dharma and Greg.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the...
Criminal Minds.
Yeah, Criminal Minds. He was the super smart guy. I never saw that. I remember the promos.
Right. Matthew Gray Gobler. That's his name. Yeah.
He's got a very specific look.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the dude from the show I've never seen, but it's got Joe Mantegna.
Right.
And I think it used to have, what's his name? Manny Patinkin.
Patinkin was the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
But... Here, the thing that's incredible about the movie, and we brought up my ex earlier, or I brought up my ex earlier. That's what I went through. She was not 100% into me, and I kept fooling myself.
Right here,
yeah,
the emotional.
Yep,
100%.
And I kept thinking to myself, "Oh no, she'll come around. She'll come around." And you take these little things and you think they mean more than they do. And so when the scene happens between him and Zooey Deschanel on the park bench before the end of the movie, where he says, I don't understand. How could you know? How did you know? Like what? And he goes, what did you find out, or what did you learn, or what did you? And she said, what did you find out? And she goes, I just knew. What did you know? What I wasn't sure of with you. I felt what I wasn't sure of with you, and I was like, oh my God, that is a devastating exchange, and it's the truth.
It is.
When someone doesn't 100%, they can't 100% commit to you, and can't 100% do. Because my ex was like getting set up by her boss for dates, even though she was turning it down. She never told her boss to stop, and that should have told me, right? Red flag. She's looking for an out. She doesn't know where it is, and so so you see this in the scene between them that she gives him that closure. It's painful. It hurts like a motherfucker. But it's a gift to get that kind of closure from someone.
He can move on at that point.
Cleanly.
He's pretty much already done it,
right.
But he's still clinging to it just a little bit.
Right. It's probably the best acting work Minka Kelly's ever done either, too, with that small scene. That's Minka Kelly. All right. Do we move on to my number one?
Yeah. That's the only one left.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. You're insane. You're insane. That movie is so fucking good.
I've never been a big Jason Segel fan.
Oh, all right. So maybe that's why it's not high up on your list.
It's not even on my list.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry, not on your list, right?
Yeah, I'm once again, it's like the third time I said it. I don't dislike the movie.
Right.
It's just I saw it in the theater and I was like, that dude when he delivers a joke, it never makes me laugh.
Wow.
So I just kind of sat there. I thought Russell Brand stole every scene he was in. He was
very funny.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I kind of passingly had heard, hey, this guy might be a guy.
Yeah.
And then that was his introduction to me.
Yeah.
I believe. I can't think of anything else before then that I saw.
No, I don't think so. And then Get Him to the Greek was after that.
She was good in it too.
Yeah.
But anyway, sing the praises of it.
Well, just for me, the reason it's number one for a number of reasons. A, because of at the time when I saw the movie, it just really affected me from where I was at. And Mila Kunis is just adorable in that whole fucking movie. Just
I always
adorable.
thought she was cute or whatever. I didn't understand why people thought she was hot on that 70s show. And then she does this, and you're like, nah, I get it.
Yep.
I get exactly that woman is, gorgeous.
Yep. I didn't give a shit about that 70s show. I was like, okay, whatever.
This character had an intellect and complexity, and it was interesting.
Yep. And she was so powerful. She commanded every scene that she's in. Mm-hmm. And you kind of feel for Jason Segel because of what he's going, and because everyone's been broken up with by someone who's moving on to greener pastures. Most people, if you've had a number of relationships. And that's what's happening. Kristen Bell sees this possibility to be with someone who's even more famous than she is. She's moving up the fucking superficial chain and thinks this is the next right choice. And this guy ends up being like just a complete and utter nonsense. So what does she do? She falls back to the dude who's always there for her, put up with her shit, like was supportive. Yeah. But then the twist is great when she says to him, I tried. I went to seminars. I did all this shit, but you're sitting around in your fucking sweatpants, not doing a fucking thing, eating bowls of Fruit Loops, and you're not even doing anything with your life, which is a great turnaround because you want to think that she's a villain, but when they have that exchange, you realize he fucked this shit up too by getting comfortable.
It's always a two-way street.
Exactly, and by not working harder and by sitting back and letting it all happen to him, and the breakup once again. What he learns, and of course being with Mila Kunis, who forces him to do that Dracula song up there in that bar, he forces her, once that breakup happens as well, it forces him to finally fucking write that musical, pursue his dreams, fight for his life, do his own thing instead of constantly being the arm piece of someone else, which is why he was so frustrated and down on his life because he had turned into the person holding his woman's purse. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
But for him, he obviously didn't. He obviously thought there was more he wanted to do. And you see that bear out. Plus it's set in Hawaii, which is great. And everything that happens to the movie is really fun and enjoyable. So for me, it just hits my heart in so many great ways that I love it for that reason. And then coming together at the end is fantastic. So there you go. So that's my reasoning for forgetting Sarah Marshall. Plus, Jonah Hill is hilarious in every one of his scenes.
Jonah Hill is good in it.
All right. That's our separate lists for the top 10 breakup movies. And now we're going to haggle this thing out. Now, am I banging this time?
I don't remember.
Fuck it. I'll bang. You right. I'll fucking bang. I don't mind. All time mind. This is for our London people out there. A terrible accent.
Well, it seems like it would go.
Yeah, it seems like Eternal Sunshine would be one, right?
Well, I have my 1-3. 500 Days is your 3. That's my 1.
Right, but Eternal Sunshine is my 2. That's your 2, right? So it's.
You don't think 1-3 is higher than 2-2?
No, because there's a 2 ranking difference.
No, how's there a 2 ranking difference? I have one higher by
2,
1.
3.
I have. That's 1-2 for me, and that's 2-3 for you.
What's 3 for me?
500 Days of Summer.
Yeah.
That's my number 1.
Right. So it's 3.
So you're saying the 2 2s is higher than a 1 and a 3?
Yes.
Because a 1 and a 3 to me seems higher than 2 2s.
Why would a 1 and 3 be higher?
Because you have a 1.
Yeah.
1 would trump all. Because they, at least you have it so close.
How
it
does
makes
1
no
trump
sense.
all?
Because there's a 1. It's number 1. If it was your number 1 and my number 3, I would be relenting right now. In all honesty, I'm not just trying to finagle. I'm trying to set a rule.
2 2s seem higher than a 1 and a 3. Fine. All right. Fine.
Do we get any change today from
We're
our little venture?
We're not going to flip a fucking thing.
Let's flip a thing.
No.
I'll do my whole money clip so there's weight to it. How about that?
How about this? I will give you 500 Days of Summer 1, Eternal Sunshine at 2, but forgetting at 3.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Little did he know I was already going to suggest.
Yeah, okay. See, that's where you lose it. That's where, you know what?
I'm not even kidding. In my head, I was like, well, it seems like it would go 1, 2, and then you should get your
Damn
1
right.
up there at number 3.
All right.
I'm a good man, Charlie Brown. I'm a good man.
I don't know about all that. You're a crafty man.
I just gave number 3 placement to a movie I don't have.
You didn't give anything. This is the way the rules of the rules of these things.
Oh, so now it's Robert's Rules of Parliamentary Procedure or whatever the fuck that is called you're willing to adhere to. Robert's Rules of Orders.
Is that what it is?
Or order, rather, and then there are parliamentary procedure. I think they're two separate things that are just conflated together.
So her is next?
I have that at 6.
I have it at 4.
You don't have the Notebook?
I do not have the Notebook.
And you have her at 3?
At 4.
Okay, well, her would go next then.
Yeah.
That's the next highest. And then you don't have to say anything, do you?
I do not.
Okay, well then
What do we have? What do we have in common next? Swingers is the next thing. Yeah. And then that's the last thing we have in common.
Well, my number 3 then Notebook is not on.
Yeah, it should be on.
What do you have next to 4?
Annie Hall.
At what number?
5. 4 was her, so hers already on there.
I don't have Say Anything, and that's my 4.
Okay.
So can I have Say Anything next?
You can have it at
One
6.
higher? Well, we already have 6 for the Notebook.
Well, you can have it at 8. What are you talking about?
Well, because it's
Annie Hall is higher.
4 over a 5. You have that.
Wait,
at
no,
5?
don't start that shit again.
What are you talking about?
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute. What are you talking? You don't get 2 back to back. That's ridiculous. You're smoking crack.
No. We'll do it by this. You have one at number 3 that I don't have, and now I have one at number 6.
Right. So
that
I'm
you didn't
next.
have.
So I'm next.
Well, why wouldn't? No, because you got 3 higher. You got preferential treatment the last time.
What preferential
I should get
treatment?
Preferential treatment.
You
Because
got
you got it at
preferential
number
treatment.
3. You got it at number 3.
You got preferential
I
treatment.
think that's the beauty of writing the list. I am going to write down.
That's communism. What you're doing
Say
right
anything.
there.
How's that? I'm going to give you the next
You
one.
don't give me shit. First of all, that's ridiculous.
What was your?
I get the next 2.
What was your next? What was that next?
Annie
one?
Hall and Chasing Amy.
Yeah, I will give you that.
That's right.
See that? That's how
You cut it out.
It's the beauty of it. We go back and forth. It's like a snake draft.
This is like
You got your choices.
It's like a
I got
screw
my
me over
choices.
draft. What's left?
High Fidelity.
No.
Yeah, well, that's
Swingers. Do we put Swingers?
We already got it.
Better Off Dead should be on there. Come on.
That's how the cookie crumbles, my friend. High Fidelity.
Well, we both have one film.
Look, you
neither
just
one of us
got
likes.
back-to-back picks, and now you're going to complain
What?
that you
You
didn't get
got back-to-back.
Look at this. Annie Hall Chasing Amy.
Yeah,
Bing, bing.
but you got your 2 higher than my 2. So please, what are we talking about?
3, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. What about it?
At 3.
Look at 6.
At 3.
What's 6?
6 is 3 spots below that.
It should be lower.
Okay. Well, listen, I can always rewrite this list and put Forgetting Sarah Marshall much lower.
Sure, you work for the Trump
We
administration.
we can put that at number 5, and we'll just move the other 2 up.
Okay. Don't be threatening me with
Yeah,
your
I'm
rankings.
Just saying.
All right.
Whoever has the pen has the power.
I don't know about that.
Mightier than the sword, my friend.
I've seen many swords that cut pens in half. All right, are we ready?
Go right ahead. Start us off.
The top 10 breakup movies. Yeah.
Ooh.
At number 10.
High Fidelity.
At number 9.
Chasing Amy.
At number 8.
Annie Hall.
At number 7.
Say Anything.
At number 6.
The Notebook.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Oh, that got you on a beat.
All right, that was number 5.
Yeah, we're at number 5.
Okay.
Swingers.
At number 4.
Her.
At number 3.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
At number 2.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
And our number 1 breakup movie is...
500 Days of Summer.
It's a good choice. I like 500 Days of Summer. That's a good movie.
It's
quality.
It's really well done. The only thing I found strange is Gordon Levitt floats in and out every once and again of a weird Jersey accent.
Yeah.
It's just certain times you're like, Dad, it's this fucking guy over here, and you're like, why are you doing this now? And then 2 seasons later, you sound like you always sound.
I think he's working something out because he's going to do
Don Juan?
Don Juan, and then 50-50. Remember 50-50, the cancer one with him and
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. That was immediately after as well. So I think he was working some stuff out. All right, that's our top 10 list of breakup movies. Thanks to everyone who listened. Now we are going to go into the gift
Patreon shout-outs?
Patreon shout-outs first? Okay. Let's do it. Do you have yours up?
I got mine up.
Okay.
I am ready when you are, senor.
Where do we start?
We start at the top.
Matthew, yes?
Go for
Okay.
it.
Me? Okay. Matthew Hassel.
Mike Barrington.
Wiley Todd.
Camilo Gutierrez.
Gil Reyes.
Drew Inns.
Sean Brennan.
Andrew Hayes.
Robert Haley.
Mackenzie Horner.
Josh Mabry.
Claiborne Williams.
Christos Alexakos.
Eric Grebner.
Jonathan Peck.
Felix Alvarez.
Alec Christie.
Dylan Steiner.
Sorry. Rachel Silvestrini.
There you go. Jake Higgins.
Yes. Movies with Steven Anderson.
Mark Menchaca.
George Menchaca.
Niall Blackie.
Zach Butts.
Martin Borak.
Tim Koskuba.
John Dowse.
Joey Anthony.
Lawrence Witt.
Ellis Menchaca. What?
Yeah.
How many Menchacas we got?
There's three.
All right.
You don't remember the Menchaca? And I said it was like Don Quixote.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some more Menchacas.
There's a trio of Menchacas in the Menchaca clan.
Let me tell you something. If we get to 10 Menchacas, they get their own tier. I'm just saying right now.
Oh, I'll create a Menchaca tier.
Fuck yeah.
Guys, get family on board. We will create a Menchaca tier.
Absolutely.
Oh, it sounds exclusive.
It's a $25 tier.
A rewards something you get with a credit card.
It's $100
Oh, you
tier.
just trade it. I got Menchaca tier.
You're the Menchaca tier. Oh, the black card. All
Exactly.
right.
It's beyond black. It's Menchaca.
Menchaca.
Is it my turn? Sean Naughton.
Yes. Trinity Mogard.
Andrew Marker.
Fuzzy Large.
Brian Saferti.
Hey, Brian. Spencer.
Kevin Fuss.
Nizar Alabasi.
Blair Simpson.
Ashley Prowls.
Wayne Murphy.
Dan Somerville.
Philip Renshaw.
Cameron Belgrade.
Eric Dennett.
Ben Archambault.
Rudy A. Martinez.
Ben Cartwright.
Anthony George.
Eric Ritz.
Sujayanth Fernando.
Good job. Brett Yo.
Matthew Picardat.
Deborah Torres. Hey, Deborah.
Hello. Joey Peter.
Michael Schmer.
AZ Badfish, a.k.a. Martin Tuttle.
Yeah. Eric Bouchard.
Ruben Enriquez.
Tom Costelny.
Matt Yund.
Anthony Casanova.
Landbrick Beltran Lopez.
Christian Velsich. I think.
Velstich or Velchich.
Veselchich.
Yeah. There you go.
There he is.
Dwayne Burke.
Phil Morissette.
Christian Delgado.
Eric Bloor.
Phil Neglia.
Gulick Grenerud.
Hello, Gulick. Ed Buzzkirk.
Daniel Kelly.
Eric Messick.
Brian Osagura.
John Keefe.
Edward Dobbins.
Chris Consiglio.
Tim Begg.
Lindsay Toll.
Hey, Lindsay. Simon Brouillard.
Jason Liao.
Kristen Smith.
Hello, baby Smith.
Well, only $10, Kristen?
Jose De La Torre.
Heartbreaking.
I thank you, Christian, and everybody at the $10 level. I don't know why he's so indignant. What do you got next?
What do you got, a baby coming? Austin Fuentes.
Ryan M. Brandos.
Jonas Marin.
Chris Jones.
April Rybacki.
David Mitchell Baker.
Jack Van Ord.
Ravi Prasad.
Josh Sachs.
Marcel Behrman.
Zach Maciel.
Jason Schrum.
Aaliyah Moore. Hi, Aaliyah.
MF Doom.
Cody Markham.
Noel Kelleher.
Christian Lorenko.
Tyler Spots.
Robert Cooper.
What does that say? Elise Brancato.
PJ Patrick Campbell.
Nick Gilmore.
Enrique Cabrales.
Kevin Shaw.
Ben Quirk.
Chris Gohans.
Ole Heskia.
Isaiah Belcher.
Alex Ramsey.
Nicholas Smith.
Jonathan Chase.
Glenn, is it just straight Boone or Bacon? Beacon. Glenn
Bacon. Glenn Bacon.
Okay.
Fraser Jubb.
Janvia Canizar.
Christian Lundgaard Kjoler.
Jack McIntyre.
Charlie McKenna.
Daniel Dens Moosley.
Jason Taylor.
Simon Huffnagel.
Mike Shea.
Jay Watson.
Hey, Mike. Thomas Streeton.
Seth Shearer.
Philip Lane.
Seamus Braytag.
Ryan McKenna.
Sam Bell.
Joel Rosario.
Matthew Lee Cravens.
John Holloway.
Josh Murphy.
Johannes Schmidt.
Joshua Stein.
Andrew Herbs.
Joseph Britwhistle.
Jacob Gustafson.
Burt Whistle.
Okay. Jacob Gustafson.
Giancarlo Simonetta.
Andy Ortiz.
Andrew Berger.
Jim Payne.
Ure Mugerli.
Laura Deverson.
Patrick Zamora.
Norwegian Blue.
Brian Akins.
Joe Farrelly.
Davion Akinsanya.
Michael McDade.
Simon Skjot Thompson.
Kjartan Helgi.
Ava, a.k.a. Evil.
Jacob Bullen.
Spencer Hunt.
Wyatt Mohat.
Jeff Saliba.
Ian Morgan.
Julian Key.
The man Dan Nye.
That's right. Handsome.
He's very pretty.
Joshua William.
Matt Chipping.
Matt O.
The Cinephile Steve, thank you.
Steve Baby. Andrew O'Day.
Martin Collins.
Josh James.
Ryan Davila.
Dale Varley.
Juan Reyes.
Jack Gibbons.
Jerome Cunningham.
Magali Dore.
Ricky Rivers.
Gordon Russlin.
Matthew Lefreniere.
Aaron Carroll.
Nick Dornoff.
Nick White.
Jeff Peters.
Jeremy Metz.
Josh Ryan.
Jen Kim.
Hey, Jen. Francisco Ramirez Burgos.
Will Morse.
Bar Shamrick.
Thomas Price.
Mike Austin.
Alec Musial.
Alexander Marzonia.
Nicole A.
Thorsten Aumuller.
Jose Goico Valentine.
Evan Zoller.
Luke Larson.
Jesse Frost.
And finally, Alex McFarland.
And the entire Menchaca family.
And all the Menchacas of the world.
Thanks to everyone who donates. Honestly, we are so moved by the amount of people that donate on the multiple tiers that we have. It means so much to us. And all the stuff we've been promising is now in motion.
Yeah, we are finally officially a business.
We are officially a business. We can announce this now. We are officially the top 10
yes.
LLC.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about earlier?
what did
You were
we talk
like,
about?
shouldn't we talk about
Yeah.
T-shirts, guys.
T-shirts.
T-shirts are up. Find us on Facebook and find us on Twitter. T-shirts are up. As of right now, we were waiting for all our official tax stuff, and
Yeah.
it's all finally fucking done.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So-
let's open some gifts.
In our absence, while you were gone and out of town, and I'm glad to see that you didn't get the Comic-Con flu.
No, hell no. I take that to Usana supplements, man. They saved my life. Anybody interested, come let me know, and I can help you get hooked up.
Well, while you were out of town, because
Yes.
we banked the Tom Cruise in advance.
We did.
Because, I mean, when you go out of town and do something like that, you need to kind of let the batteries charge fully.
Oh, yeah.
You had a million things to do. Just like, we can do this the week before.
Yeah.
Help you out.
Yep, thank you.
So since then, we've gotten 3 gifts.
Wow.
So let's open them in the order that we received them.
Sure.
This is a triangle, like Toblerone box.
Toblerone. Don't get me hungry, man.
It's like, what, 2.5, 3 feet long?
God, I wish if you open it
2.5.
and there's a Toblerone in there, I'd be so fucking
That would
happy.
be, it's a little light to be a Toblerone that big.
Fine.
Maybe it's one of those, like, where you get the quote-unquote healthy ice cream that's super air-whipped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever let it melt, it melts down to like a thimble's full of
Yeah.
actual ice cream. So here, opening it up.
All right. Who's it from, by the way?
I don't know.
It doesn't say on
Does
the
it say right
address?
there? I'm sorry. It's from Dale Varley
Oh, Dale, thank you.
from Rochester, New Hampshire.
Oh, Rochester.
I will give you
Okay.
that to read.
It's a lot to read here.
I think I read the last one. We got 3 of them.
Oh, no worries. All right. Dear Matt and John, I am writing you gentlemen to let you know how much I enjoy your podcast and your efforts in the Schmodown. I'm a proud fan of the top 10, and I know that the two of you will get your well-deserved shot at the team titles in due time. Goddamn right. We've been sitting in the background a little too long for my taste.
Don't know when that will be.
Yeah, well, when Christian says so, you know how he is. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do now with the 5 Horsemen. Thank you. I listen to the top 10 show every week, most of the time at my desk at work, whilst I punch the keyboard and stare blindly into the monitor. Your show does entertain me to no end and gets me through some of my boring days at work.
Well, we hope you enjoyed those shit stories earlier. 'Cause
That's right.
those are things of gold, baby. Gold. I wonder if you had something like that at work. Let us know.
Brown gold. While I do love your format of the show, I think one of the parts I enjoy most is when you guys go off on tangents that are sparked from conversing about a movie that made one of your lists or to the inevitable talk about basketball. I will listen to you two talk about almost anything. You have cool conversations and are great storytellers. Speaking of basketball, who knows what is to become of my beloved Boston Celtics in this upcoming season?
Oh,
There it is.
Stop
There it is.
complaining. You guys have the best situation in all of basketball
I mean,
outside of
seriously.
current day Warriors.
Right.
I would love to be a Celtics fan right now.
It's the time. I do have high hopes for the team, but you would have a tough road to hoe going against any of the juggernauts coming out of the Western Conference this season.
Shut your mouth.
And that is provided that the Celtics do make it to the NBA Finals. Now, going back to your top 10 basketball movies episode, you spoke about Hoosiers, and rightfully so. My wife is originally from Muncie, Indiana, and Muncie Central is the team that Milan beat in the state finals that the movie Hoosiers is loosely based on. Every time we go back to Muncie to visit her grandparents, they tell me about the 1954 Indiana State boys basketball finals. Man, I'd love to talk to people like that. Matt, I know you've spent some time in Indiana, and if you ever go back, you should check out the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. There's some really cool and interesting stuff in there. Enclosed in this package is a little gift that has some special meaning to me. I know that a while back that you gents received Dream Team coins from a listener, and that got me thinking about what is enclosed. It is a vintage Dream Team poster. This poster hung on my wall in my room when I was a kid. The poster survived a move across town when I moved into high school to where it rests to this day, in my dad's man cave, which he converted my room to when I moved out of my parents' house. It is the one thing that survived the transition in that room. So when I looked to finally replace my poster, I thought of you two. I bought two, one for my place. Thankfully, my wife will acquiesce to my wishes, and one for the Top 10 studio that will one day become a reality. Holy shit, that's great.
It's dope.
Look at that.
That is dope. Here, take a picture with my...
Oh, yeah.
My phone doesn't have a... Okay, yours?
Yeah. Hold on. We're going to take a picture before I finish this letter. Oh, man, look at that thing.
Look at that. That is...
It's a ting of beauty,
That is
as
gorgeous.
Mickey might say. A ting of beauty. One more just to be close. Look at Larry. Larry, legend down there. All right.
Yeah, you got Jordan. I don't know who's somebody else who's up here. Is it Clyde?
Who's up there?
It's David Robinson.
Oh, the Admiral?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. That's a little bit better
Yeah.
hold. Let me see if I can roll the bottom like the top.
Oh, good call there. America's team, yes. America's team.
There you go.
All right.
How's that looking?
This look good. It looks good. Taking that picture now. Boom. All right. Let me one more. Boom. There we go. All right. And finish the letter. I know that it will look sweet, yeah, in my place as much as it will in the Top 10 studio. I hope you will enjoy this small token of my appreciation, and I wish the two of you continued success in the world of podcasting and in the Schmodown. Let's go Celtics. Dale Varley, Rochester, New Hampshire, at DaleDO6. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah, this is awesome. Are you kidding me? I can't wait to have an office to put this up in.
Yeah, man. A recording studio to put this up in. That'd be great.
You never know.
Come on.
Now that we're, things are happening. We got live shows coming. We've got T-shirts up on online. You can find all that information if you go to either our Facebook or find us on Twitter. Ask us the questions. Hey, where's that address? Because we couldn't get it done until before or after we recorded this and before it releases.
Yeah.
So there's that. Where in the world did my keys just go? Literally just had those things.
Yeah.
Ah, there they are. All right. On to gift number 2. And this is from Kenny Drew.
Oh, Kenny.
From Lawrence, Kansas. Another hotbed of basketball.
Yes.
What do you think this is, huh?
Isn't that KU?
You think this is Nate Smith's mustache? You think that's what this is?
It's a big enough box.
KU is Lawrence, yeah.
Look
KU
at that.
is Lawrence. I know, look at this.
Pretty expensive postage, too.
It
Thank
is
you.
The sizable amount of postage on there.
Wait,
I didn't realize Lawrence was that far away.
Do you think these are like the Dream Team sneakers? Do you think?
The last flakes of Jordan's hair.
Hey. Oh, look at this.
I'm
Nice.
Okay, I found a letter.
Okay.
Your turn to open.
Oh, okay. Let's
and
see.
I
here.
will read the letter.
Okay. Do you want me to wait to open this thing? I like that he used garbage bags to pack
Well,
it
yeah.
all.
Let me get into it.
Okay.
And then
All right.
we'll do the same thing like we did before. All right.
Sounds good.
Hi, Matt and John. I just want to say thank you for what you do. Until now, I've been one of your silent but loyal listeners. I've listened to every one of your podcasts since the beginning.
Oh, thank you.
I've been through some tough times recently, and I've had some major health problems and lost my job. That's terrible.
I'm sorry, bro.
Your podcast together and John's encouraging words on Outlaw Nation about dealing with depression and suicidal thoughts have been a real help getting through this. It allows me to spend a couple of hours with people who I feel like I have a shared interest and passion with, although we have never met.
Oh,
Well, that's kind of you.
yeah.
It may seem like a small thing, but I promise, sometimes small things can mean the most. It's very true. It's very true. Insert some dick joke right there. In the package are 2 T-shirts and a metal helmet from the movie Gladiator.
What?
That's what that is. Oh, look at that. That's great.
Oh, my God.
I know you both like that movie, and it's also one of my favorites.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic, man.
It has to go on your desk.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
'Cause it can go on my desk, but
God.
nobody's going to see it. Look at it. It's got a gorgeous... It moves like it's a little
my
visor.
God. This
It's
is
the
my
perfect
favorite.
motivational movie. Strength and honor,
Strength and honor.
says Kenny.
Oh, my God. Kenny, thank you so much.
Kenny, this is awesome.
And look, both of us send out, I think, some very warm wishes for you to go,
Yeah.
recover from this stuff. We've all been there. It's not easy. And
Yeah, what we said earlier is, it's got to get dark before you can see the light.
Right.
And just know that every day you can push yourself back in the correct direction.
Yeah.
It just sometimes you're only moving 2 inches, and this is a fucking marathon, man.
Yeah, man.
Some days are nothing, and other days you sprinted a mile.
Yeah.
So you just got to take the good with the bad.
Exactly, man. And you'll get there, and we'll be with you every step of the way. You know, we're not going anywhere.
Dude, it's good metal pressing, too. Good welding.
Look at this.
Oh, we got gladiatorial shirts as well?
Maximus Decimus Meridius.
All right, well,
Look at
this is an XL. What's that?
This is a large.
Well, there you go, my friend.
Oh, damn it. I'm not an XL.
I'm not a large.
Son of a bitch. This is now my sleeping shirt. Strength. Just to let you guys know, going forward in the future, Matt is a medium.
More often than not, I'm a medium.
Yes, and I am a large. So if you're going to get us T-shirts, that's where you need to veer into.
It's 100% cotton. So
yeah,
it's going to shrink about 7 to 10% potentially.
Okay. All right.
Look,
I'll definitely dry it.
Wash it. Well, anyway, wash it in as hot of water as you can.
I will,
because it'll shrink it.
Okay.
If it's not pre-shrunk cotton, I don't know.
But thank you to Kenny for this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Are you kidding me?
Oh, and there's an inscription here. Let's see. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance.
Didn't even notice what mine said it. I was just...
what does he say? In the commander of the armies of I'm the commander of the north, the general of the Felix legions, loyal servant to the true emperor.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
And that was Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. Maximus Decimus Meridius. Strength and honor. Pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. This is fantastic. I love the little helmet.
Yeah.
I love that you're going to have that on your desk.
I know. It's great.
Well, it's just everybody here has interesting movie paraphernalia stuff on their desk.
This is authentic.
All right.
All right. One last gift.
One last gift.
We got to wrap this up.
Yes, we do. Because I'm sure people love listening to us just open gift after gift. It's fantastic, guys. It's Christmas every Tuesday for us now.
It's Christmas.
All right. Final one.
Yeah.
It just says it's from Tomball, Texas.
Okay. It's from Tomball?
From Tomball.
In Texas.
Tomball, Texas. Just like Austin, Texas, Tomball, Texas.
Oh, wait. That's the name of the city.
That's the name of the city. Tomball, Texas. That's all I can see.
I never
it does not have a name.
All right.
So we'll see once we get
So we don't die.
You're thinking this is the Anthrax package?
This is the Anthrax.
Here's where we die. All right, your turn to read, and I will open.
Let me take this picture. Okay, cool. All right.
Yes, please send those to me because I put them up as albums on Facebook.
Yep. All right, this one is from Matthew.
Who's it from?
Matthew Hasso.
Oh, this is Hasso?
Yeah, man.
Oh, he lives in Tomball, huh?
Oh, Tomball. All right.
They got good people in Tomball.
Dear John and Matt, this guy doesn't believe in paragraphs. All right, Matthew. Dear John and Matt, thanks so much for all that you do. 3 exclamation points. Thank you, Matt. First saw Roca on Movie Talk. Then when the Top 10 video show started, I was completely hooked on you two fools. When that disappeared, I realized that the old podcasts were still out there, and I burned through all of them. A few episodes, multiple times. Nothing made me drop weights at the gym more than hear you guys shit on BBS. Anyway, I was so glad to see this podcast come back and really am glad I am able to support you guys. Enclosed, you will find a few gifts. Nothing big, just a few things that I thought you would enjoy. The pops are marked for each of you.
Yes.
The Blu-rays may look a little cheesy with the handwritten titles, but these are the
genuine article?
Holy shit, these are the despecialized editions of the Star Wars original trilogy.
Oh, he brought that up.
Holy shit.
Dude, that is awesome. Well, now I'll just go ahead and open this shit.
Fuck. When you did your top 10 Star Wars movies, I felt bad that you had to sit through those shitty specialized editions. These despecialized versions cut most of the stupid crap added in the mid-90s and return these films to as close a theatrical release as you can get, but in HD quality. There's a set for each of you along with a thumb drive of the video files, since I know Nost isn't always about the physical media. I hope you guys enjoy the gifts and can't wait to see what all is coming up for the top 10 show. 3 exclamations. Thanks sincerely, Matthew Hassel.
Okay, well, he's done. All right, so here's yours.
Oh, thunder. This is from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, it is.
What'd you get?
I got Hades from Hercules.
Oh, nice.
They're Funko Pops, so we'll take pictures of those and put those up.
Hell yeah. My hair is out, isn't it? I love that.
Here is New Hope, and you got Empire, Jedi. Oh, you got 2 sets.
Okay.
And then there's the thumb drive.
All right.
And my favorite part of the entire gift,
Yeah.
a $5 bill.
What? What for?
Thanks for the shout out, his baby, Rosalind. I said it on air. I said it on air. I was so busy that because I remember that show. You were waiting. You're like, come on, we can wait here. And I was finishing the huge product. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have to leave
you
here
had
right
to
now.
go, yeah.
Normally I can sit and bullshit for hours. I have to go. And you're like, we got a couple minutes. we got a couple minutes, and you just kind of kibitz on your own while I'm sitting there impatiently going, oh, man, we got to end this shit. And then he actually answered back much quicker than I ever responded. So Rosalind, the $5 I demanded, jokingly saying, you know what, Matthew, people pay us $5 for that. We just got through a whole list of that. It's perfectly timed for that joke, too. That's a good joke.
Saying fantastic. That's $2.50 for you, $2.50 for me.
Yeah, not a problem.
Don't be a cheapo.
Well, I'm already down to you $20 from earlier.
Let's not reveal
so we'll
that
make
yet.
it. We'll make it 15.
Sounds good. Oh my God, that's funny as shit. All right, so that was from Matthew Hasso. I'm gonna take pictures of this. Let's line it up. Oh, sorry.
Get it all lined up for people.
Where's the thumb drive? Yeah.
It's all right there. That's a thing of beauty. The $5 alone. That's
Just genius.
I like it when anybody genuinely like calls something back from that long ago. It's just like that's good.
They pay attention to it.
That's good. Yeah,
it's brilliant.
They bring up something that's just like, I know you remember this.
Yeah.
You may have forgotten all the other stuff. I know you remember this, and you're like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You read that correctly. I will remember that moment. Because unfortunately, doing so many of these and talking for hours on end extemporaneously, that
totally.
it all kind of bleeds together at times.
Oh, this is great. What a great thing to come back to. These incredible gifts from these incredible fans. Thank you so much.
And thank you for anybody that has listened this long. I doubt we will be doing 3 gifts a week.
No.
Every week. This was
not that we'd say no to it.
No, of course not.
Right.
Perhaps we'll just do unboxing videos, and you guys can just watch us doing that.
They make money, apparently.
They do, but that's for a specific reason. I might want to buy that as opposed to let's watch these 2 assholes open gifts people sent them. But thank you to everyone that was kind enough to send us gifts, but also supports us on Patreon. We would not be here. We wouldn't be a company to this day. We wouldn't have T-shirts available for you or doing the live shows across all the different cities. If it wasn't for you that have supported us by telling us over and over and over, hey, guys, please come back.
Yeah.
Please come back. Trust me, there is a fervent fan base out here that misses you, wants to hear you two just ramble. It just, baffles me on some level, even though I think we're good at it, but it could be my own vanity speaking.
I don't think it is. You have plenty of evidence that it isn't.
I know, but there is that like really?
Yeah.
Kind of on some level?
My entire life is convincing Matt Nost how good we are at what we do, and that the fans love and appreciate what we do. Because Matt,
not that.
You're just humble about it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think you more properly can assess aspects of it than I can.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And when it comes up to that, I've done it before in the past. Be like, you know what? I'm going to defer to you because you've been right. The other 3 times this has come up, so I'm just going to assume you're right on this one, and I am wrong.
Every once in a while, I'm right about something.
No, well, usually we have commonality. We'll both eventually see it once the other side explains, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what really helps us out.
And I've been wrong a couple times. Be like, you know what? But you haven't, so let's just continue with you on this.
But on the wheel, you spin every time. I'm no good at the wheel. You're better at us when we do the wheel.
Well, I don't want to say. It's nothing about that, but it's about the wheel itself.
Oh.
I don't know if that's needed for discussion.
Let's not say anything.
There's not needed for discussion.
No. Thanks to everybody. That America's Team poster, that's so great. I can't wait to frame that and put it up somewhere that we both can look at and see. And it's just great. And everything. I think everything, if we end up getting a top 10 studio, man, I think everything will have a room, gifts from gifts, right? Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
All over the set or somewhere. How can we not? People took the time to send this, to listen to the show, to, these are obviously movies that we like. And we're like, I know you like that character within that movie. Here's a Funko Pop of that.
That's so awesome.
It is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to everybody that has supported us, whether it's just listening or supporting us on Patreon or nice enough to send us a gift. We can't thank you enough. We would love to meet you at any of the live shows.
Of course.
So hit us up on Facebook or email us at top10live with the number 10 at Gmail, top10live. And let us know what city in the subject line and how many would be coming with you. You plus one, whatever the case is, just let us know. Yeah. That's it for me. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Nost, MATTKNOST. You
can find me at The Roca Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And as we said earlier, if you want to donate to our Patreon and get us up over $3,000, $3,500, that's what we're looking to help us get closer to doing these live shows. Please go there. You can go there at www.patreon.com. / the top 10 with the number 10 there, and you'll see all the different tiers you can donate at, of course. And so thanks everybody again, like as Matt said, thanks to everybody who sent the gifts, and just it's a great thing to come back to. And we will talk to you next week
on
the Top 10 show.
Bye-bye.